is the viewer at home. We want to welcome you. If you're just joining us, you picked the most opportune time. FURIA taking on G2 Esports, who on social media want to go through and win this through the lower bracket. But we're going to find out today, ladies and gentlemen. Little FURIA G2 coming your way right about now.
It's do or die time now with G2 versus FURIA in Katowice to stay alive in the competition. It's all down to really getting through the last few battles today, Chad. And we start here on Nuke. G2, FURIA, both comfortable on this affair. Want to expect odds on your screen favoring G2 coming into this one.
Yeah, and look, the Dust was just talking about this T-side approach of FURIA here, so we'll see how much they favor the yard. Within this tournament, I think they've probably gone outside with set pieces 4 or 5 times. They're very lobby-centric, and that's going to put more pressure on Alexi, be the ramp holder, jackz and Hunter, who reside over towards top. Now, Art with the P250 in hand, making some space, taking a fight or two. Multiple individuals spotted here, and they know Alexi could be on his lonesome now.
FURIA start to try and challenge down Alexi B. He'll drop back in behind the smoke and shield himself off as FURIA held towards ramp. A little bit of a gap they're trying to gather info from on that right side of the smoke, but FURIA backing off now.
Yeah, is Alexi going to push back up? Because if he pushes through, he can get some info, but there's so many positions he'll have to worry about. Starting to get a little bit quizzical here, so that info means that jackz and Hunter could be on high alert towards the top side of things. Kserado with the flash. They are setting up for a top hit. It's going to come bounding out of his hands, and they'll spring out the door.
Here they come. In towards the site. Art tasked with just trying to distract towards outside, but he has gone down as well. 2 great kills here for G2. Hunter stepping up as well with some clean shots, and FURIA just down to Kserado. He's trying to do his best with a Glock in hand, but with 35 seconds, no teammates around him, it's very difficult to see how he gets into this one. He'll start to move his way back into the site, but so many different positions to try and deal with. He's been chunked down even further, down to 24. With that, the time is starting to tick as well. Kserado realizes this one's a done deal.
Yeah, he's going to have to walk on out to his demise here. 15 seconds remaining. Death is on the agenda. Only a few moments now. It's 10 seconds. Peeking on through, trying to draw out the fight. Goes on down to Hunter. And look, if Kserado's best is not going to be good enough, the desk has already pointed out. He has been the beacon of hope here for FURIA throughout. Both of these teams on your screens right now, they haven't had to go through the play-ins. They were virtue of coming through within the next stage, straight within to the main group. So we got FURIA, tasted them last week. You were over there at ESL Challenger. And now we're getting to see them here on our very screens. But Nuke is such an interesting choice for this team who doesn't play on meta Counter-Strike as far as the map is concerned.
Yeah, we were taking a little look before this, seeing how many times they hit yard. Not a lot, Chad.
I think in the last demo we were watching, it was maybe 3 times on their entire T-half. So not a lot, but here we go. Out top, just the Glocks in hand, and they should be getting mowed up. How have they managed to get away with this?
Well, suddenly FURIA making a bit of a mess, but the bomb is down on the site towards A. Oh, monesy. Lovely little tap, and now Yuri's flanking around the backside.
Yeah, it feels like they've gotten way more than it's worth in a round like this. Extremely light investment, but Yuri could win this round with the gap and the M4 in hand. Has a chance here, and that's a free kill. It's a one-on-one against monesy.
This could be an absolute disaster for G2, but monesy's going to be tested early. He has only got a scout in hand. Yuri has the better weapon here. Problem is, monesy has control of the bomb for the time being.
There is so much time. Yuri doesn't need to be in a rush here, and monesy has no idea where he's gotten off to, so both just hitting the brake. No sound cues coming through, cutting noise. Waiting to see who's going to make the first mistake as part of this. monesy currently residing in lobby, and Yuri, as he makes his way around ramp, they might have a head-on collision.
Well, monesy knows that he can play with the USP because Yuri doesn't have armor, right? These are all soft opponents, so the USP is good for the tap to the head if monesy can get it. And Yuri's starting to come back through the ramp. It's all about the timings here as Yuri begins to move his way back into lobby. monesy holds from Squeaky, dropping back. Yuri spotted him, and it's FURIA who tie up the scoreline early.
What a massive round to win. I cannot state that enough. That investment that they brought in was basically nothing. They just go into the top site with a flash. There was a P250 out and Glocks. That one there is egg on the face of G2 here early. That is a miserable way to be kicking off this map.
Oh, it's horrible. monesy tries his best here, but Yuri, like you said, just with that time, is able to maneuver around the map, and monesy has to guess about so many different angles.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns right there, but that's a horrible round to lose. If it was an investment, if it was a force buy, sure, maybe you get excited, but see what that means for the buy. FURIA, just by one player surviving with that light investment, safe straight into an AWP. This is dream scenario for FURIA right here.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild they've got into this situation.
Those rounds are like a 1 in 10, right? They are so difficult to win. Maybe even a 1 in 20, considering. But the force buy back from G2 here. They want to see if they can contest this. monesy into a scout, Deagles for the rest, and Kevlar for the 4. for a, well, standard spread here. Want to see the heaven rotator, niko out towards yard. Again, Hunter and jackz tasked with locking down towards the A bomb side and Alexi B for ramp.
G2 would love to try to steal this one back. Monesy. Oh, good shot from niko. Goes up for a second, couldn't quite capitalize. Furia able to double up because he found Monesy as well, who was trying to get the wide swing up to deal with Silo, but Furia making this one nice and easy. They've only lost one player, and that's how they want to keep it, as they now look to challenge down jackz's deagle. He's got to deal from an attack from two fronts. Squeaky as drop moves forward. jackz, oh, he's able to recover at least a shot off, so another kill, another rebuy. Alexi B stuck towards the ramp.
Yeah, and in the whole scheme of this, it doesn't matter. The force by four's flat immediately, right? If you're going to invest like that and you want to win back the force by wars after what was a bit of an embarrassing round loss, you need to be more potent than just 2 deagle kills. So G2, you better got to be hoping you get the version that was against Liquid, not the one that was against Fnatic in maps 2 and 3. Now, just to take you for a little bit of a journey down their group stage so far, it was new because their opening jaunt. It was the first map we got to see them on here at IEM Katowice 2022, and they won it 16-2. niko was mauling them towards yard. Everything was looking fantastic, and well, then as the series continued, it got worse and worse. Taking on the new Liquid, they were able to scoop that one up and looking much more convincing.
That is going to be an interesting story to really go down, is seeing how this G2 team are going to deal with Furia's T side, because a big part of their success was niko's ability to play disruptive. In the words of Mezzy, and he was really shutting them down towards outside. They don't really go outside.
That's the thing, right? In the early stages, we have seen art out there within the anti-eco or the anti-force, and we also saw him there on the pistol. But as far as gun rounds go, they like to throw the bridge smoke to cover off between the T-boxes and T-red, right, to give them a little bit of wiggle room. And then they'll throw the L-block smokes, but they hardly use them, at least in the demos that we've been keeping our eye on. So it's going to be more lobby-centric, and we already built up the 3 key players. That takes niko and monesy a little bit out of the mix. It puts more pressure on the other 3.
Yeah, monesy really is a very static player when it comes to the CT side here as well. We're going to see him really just, he'll pretty much not go beyond the warehouse, and he'll go back to hell very, very often. So that's his positions really on the CT side. Quite easy to see if you're Furia, if you've done your homework on how to deal with him. And csgo and drop start to rip apart this defense. Not much really going for G2 in this one.
Well, closing the vents there. You can see if maybe you're not too familiar, maybe you didn't even know because the vent's broken after time. You can hit E on that and it just puts the shutters down on the vent. Make sure nobody can be cheeky-beaky. Being cheeky himself is just 2 more to find. niko and monesy, the last 2 alive. But the curious question is, at what point are they going to need to try and force their way into the game, right? Because what they could do early, if, as we mentioned, they've done their homework and they see that Furia doesn't want to do a lot of aggressive yard plays, they could actually send niko out on his lonesome to take full control and even start going for aggro maneuvers, freeing up monesy to not have to be the outside rotator. But the desk was talking about it as well. Vent drops from Art. Who's going to deal with that? It would make sense if it's Alexi coming down from ramp. We're going to see where the weaknesses are, where the pressure points are. So just giving you a couple of details to look out for here. Don't expect this to be a standard game of Nuke unless Furia have decided to change things overnight.
It would be kind of strange to try and do that against a team like G2 where, you know, niko is playing towards outside. Ooh. A little steal there from monesy.
He even gets a kill.
He's been able to get a kill there on the way out as well and stay up. I thought for a second he might go down, but monesy handles it. That's a good weapon to pick up. That buys some extra cash here for G2 to play with.
Exactly. He gets to drop that over to one of his teammates, and he can buy into the AWP still. So for this topside defense, there actually might be a bit more utility. Hunter is lucky that monesy's thrown that one over, but this was just cleaning house here for Furia. No dramas as the scoreline reads 3-1 in the favor of the Brazilians. Hart keeping a Mac 10 in hand, and well, here you go. You can see some of this top-centric utility. csgo up and over on the silo. So many bodies in lobby here.
Drops into his rifle, and now Furia in a very good position. csgo's about to remove niko, and it's just Alexi B.
Oh, that was way too easy, wasn't it? You could all see it. You could see it coming. You could see it coming every day of the week. They're just scattered on the site. Maroon, jackz and Hunter didn't have a lot of help. Desperate maneuver there from monesy, dropping in without any flash, without too many teammates around to assist, and now it is just Alexi B with the Famous in hand, and a great round from Furia. The thing is, once they start to set this tone early of being able to get away with top hits like that, that's where the playbook opens up. That's when you actually can go back to using Yard, because they're going to have less eyes, right? They're not going to put as much focus on that position.
And often you will see CT sides put their best players in around the Yard position, and Niko and monesy are going to be the two players around that area. If you're Furia, you're somewhat targeting the weaker elements, right? You're targeting jackz, you're targeting Hunter, having to play alongside him, and if you could put pressure onto that site anchor, it can be really difficult for G2 to patch that out.
Yeah, it's curious that is the approach, right? Because for everybody else in modern-day Counter-Strike, it is about playing the rotations, you know, doing the smoke walls, the different variations, lurking into warehouse, peeling into main, going down secret, the standard broken record stuff I'm sure you guys are fed up of hearing. But this is up to his regular hijinks. That's exactly what he's known for. Heard Yanko saying that this team he doesn't think can find too much success with him at the helm. Well, let's wait and see. Maybe Art has something to say. It's going to be a little bit of a buy back here. Hunter is able to purchase into an M4 due to, well, the financial situation previously. Bit more of a lean towards Yard here. 3 players out there crawling with the guise of Safe's AWP. 11 years the difference between primary AWPers in the server today. monesy, I think he's the youngest in the tournament, and Safe maybe the oldest AWPer we have in play.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Safe actually had a stint at 1.6. Very recently picked up CSGO again in just 2019, so hasn't been playing pro for a very long time. Good kills from Art. Here, Hunter going down alongside jackz. Not much resistance again here for G2, and Art is getting all the positions that he wants right now, feeding up on this G2 side.
Yeah, if I'm Xtaz right now, I'm calling a bloody timeout, and I'm calling it quick just to settle them in. Hey boys, this is it. We have 2 games to play today. Do we want to do it the hard way or the easy way? It'd be nice to get through Furia quick as you like. Make sure that you're not stressing out too much. You're not having to go 3 maps, overtimes, stressful comebacks, because you still have one more game to play against the winner of Fnatic and Astralis, which is going down simultaneously with us over there on the B stream, being casted by Hugo and Harry. If you want to check that one out, I think you can squad stream. You can also add a B to the end of the URL. That one is kicking off on Inferno. I'll let you go and find the score if you ever so desire. But this is a great start from Furia here. You love to see what they're pulling out early, and they're getting away with their traditional plays. So things seem to be going well in the Brazilian playbook. Couple of kills, but this is consolation at best. We won't start worrying about too many economical woes. Just with the way this game started. Nice. Well, he's sharp at least, but this is the thing. If he's not in the action, it's not going to matter.
It's a little bit of style points. That's all he's getting right now. And an AK. An AK into the hands of Niko.
That's true. The AK can be deadly in the hands of this man right here. I think there's no doubt he is the absolute best rifler in the world.
Often the best on the server, certainly today. Now 5-1 start for Furia. G2 on the pistol, and that's it.
Yeah, I just feel the way that this game started, especially like to Glocks and P250s with a couple of flashes, like that is miserable. It sets the tees up in such a nice place, and I want to build on that a little bit. You can see the amount of cash for kSerato, Drop, and Safe. They all right now, this is before Drop buys, but they all currently have over 10K. Right? This is a dream start.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Furia early on. Even if G2 are able to pick up a round, not only do they have to win this round, but they have to win it relatively cleanly. You can't afford to lose too many weapons here.
Yeah, so shoe on the other foot for G2 are the ones going to be feeling the ramifications of the economy early. And this was the timeout I spoke about. It has been called necessary, right? Necessary, just to wake them up, because it is the first game of the day, but it may be one of these teams' last. Well, here we go, about to get things back in play. Freeze time has subsided, and away we go. What's the difference going to be? monesy able to get his weapon of choice. There are defuse kits in play and plenty of utility, so G2 have everything they need to defend Squeaky. Swinging open, Molly, and Smoke, so just a warning shot through.
Oh, monesy playing towards ramp. Start of this round a little different for him to try and deal with some of the numbers that might come his way, but Niko finally deals with Art. Art, for the first time really in this game, hasn't been able to get into a strong position. kSerato looking to pull that back, but whiffs his spray, and that is going to allow Hunter the second kill of play for G2.
A must convert for G2 now. This is a great opening. monesy shows himself at ramp with the AWP. It forces a reaction from Art, and Niko mops that up with his aim. So at this point, in a 3-on-5 situation, you can't give away too much. Alexi, he's the next man to be tested towards Yard.
He's in a pretty good spot right now to try and come away with one. He can't just peel back knowing his team already so far up, and as Yuri down and Alexi B sees the second. He just drops back down into hell, tosses an head on up, and they're locking down the control. making sure that it is very comfortable here for G2. And this is the round we were talking about, Chad. I just mentioned they need to keep as many players up as possible here for G2, and they're doing a good job of that right now. Yeah,
it's looking very good. Still 35 seconds remaining. So FURIA, how are they going to get into this one? There is a B stream up down the side of the screen. Fnatic off to a flyer of a start. Now, this is Astralis. I know it's not impressing too many people. It might be a hard pill for some of the Danes to swallow. This is no longer a championship caliber team. They have to prove to us here that they've got the hard yards. They still have what it takes. Alexi.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a prowl.
How far forward is he going to go? Because the angle from drop, right, it's not going to be a necessary obvious clear for Alexi during all of this.
He's checking towards it. He seems like he's going to be ready for this, and he jumps up on the box, drop given the advantage. Sees him first, and that is going to allow the kill. And now they're just trying to take him down again after the time. You can't really give away anything here, G2, so no hunt will be had. And so FURIA saved 2 rifles, but finally G2 won a gun round.
And that's the thing, with all that extra cash we were talking about, you can justify the save there from FURIA. They have so much to work with, they can get themselves another buy. It's all good in the hood, and well, the loss bonus would have only been a little tiny bit of 1,400.
Yeah, it's cool to see after the timeout, we see the immediate visible adjustments being taken into play, you know, replacing monesy's position, putting him on the ramp, and I think that is certainly going to be a good adaptation against
They can do that consistently. I think they can definitely do that consistently, or start dropping monesy down towards Secret. It looks like they're doing it again. AWP over towards ramp, Alexi straight towards lower side. He can also address any art vent drops if they come on through, but so far, so good. Standard play out here is lobby focus again from FURIA. There are smokes dropped towards yard, but there's not too much worries as the U2 comes in towards top. Here they come again.
Well, jackz tested first good headshot right between the eyes of Art, but decides to pull utility, and so that allows Yuri the instantaneous refrag.
Well, this one can slow down now. They've got what they're looking for, an opening frag. More bodies starting to lean towards Squeaky here. Quite a key point of rotation, and they're starting to siphon back towards monesy's position. AWP versus AWP could be on the cards.
monesy holds, he'll be tested. The pressure on his shoulders. Oh my god, that is so quick from monesy. The flick up, Safe thought he had a shot to peer over the top and get a bit of an off angle, but monesy decides no.
Sending him packing, right? The one kill from jackz on top and then the one kill from monesy. They're just ping-ponging between both bomb sites here.
You can see this is the first time FURIA looks a little stressed. You know, where is the opening? Where's the chance for us now? Starting to come through the squeaky door, but now you've got to deal with Niko inside of the site, and while he's ready, it's one onto Keserado. Rifle goes into Alexa B this time, and they're countering this now. FURIA really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and Yuri might try and hold on to this AWP, 4750, so it's an expensive gun to hold on to, and I'm sure Safe will be very happy with that. I want to just have a little detail there. As soon as Alexi throws out that smoke from vent towards Squeaky, Niko's aware that that can be used against him as a one-way, immediately repositions, and Alexi plays close to the smoke for anybody lurking through. So good awareness of the potential gap, because FURIA tried top, then they tried ramp, and then they were going to go towards Squeaky, and that's one of the options there where within the mid to late round, you do see teams use that. If they can't get into the top site, they'll drop down the vent and try and find an avenue towards the lower bomb site. But a timeout called on the other side of things now. This is going to be one coming out from FURIA.
Yeah, I think they've realized G2 have figured out the initial game plan of how to adapt to it, and now it's FURIA's turn to figure out some of the answers to deal with monesy and Niko as repositions.
You got Gary there, the coach behind them. Going to be chiming on in with Art, the anime protagonist. Seems like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys' hair is back in fashion.
Yeah, if there was to be a real like football team, you know, FURIA would be the Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah? They're the equivalent? I thought they were just poker players. They do Counter-Strike for fun.
Yeah, it can, maybe, but they look very much like a Brazilian football team, I think. Art's constantly changing the hair. I feel like you could definitely be one of those sort of fashion icons. Yes.
I like the FURIA, the new torchbearers of Brazilian Counter-Strike. I think that they're an exciting bunch. A lot of skill within this team. I love Keserado and Yuri as just two absolute beasts of players.
Yeah.
And here we go again. Guns out for both. And, well, they've continued to put monesy towards ramp. So this is consistent as far as the change goes. An onslaught of grenades towards top. Standard play to try and make things as jarring as possible. And Yuri and Safe are actually working on some yard control during all of this.
Yeah, at this point, if you can't get ramp, you have to look elsewhere. You can't just keep hitting from lobby. So they realize now, we've been forced into somewhat of an uncomfortable game. Maybe we can use Safe to try and glean some of this outside control. Niko on the prowl over here isn't an easy player to take down.
Fortunate timing there as well. Safe was just on the other side of red looking his way, but all they've done is clear out close. Safe's seen enough of yard. He's been told, well, that's as far as the leash will go. Drops back, grabs the bomb, and parks Yuri to potentially flank late. This is looking likely to be a top split here. Or not, back towards ramp. They seem to test monesy time and time again.
Let's see, monesy's been good so far. Flash isn't going to really affect him in this position. He feels good for one, and they're not going to challenge him. Just throw a little flash, give a bit of presence, but he knows now they aren't really coming this way with ill intent. Instead, FURIA now looking to send some numbers in towards this top side, but G2 saving utility, throwing it down. They're having to force their way through the smokes, and kzgo down the vent alongside the rest of the squad as they now try and get into this B side.
There's no one down here to deal with this. monesy's trying to rotate.
He's got here in time before they come out of decon. They're going to use the smoke to try and cross on over. monesy goes for the shot through the smoke, but it hasn't worked out. He's lost his teammate. alexib goes down to the right, full of kzgo. And a follow-up kill this time from Safe. It's looking good for FURIA as they remove monesy as well. Hunter, unfortunately, even with the element of surprise, cannot best art. And it's all on niko to save this AK.
Yeah, that right there. Alexi's been the one who's rotating lower, and he just wasn't the first responder on the site. So maybe the in-game leader of G2 expecting a different finish here. But there's one of the avenues, right? You can see the different pathways that they're trying to find themselves an opening, find themselves a way to get that bomb down, and they will succeed. They're going to put a stall out here to the previous two, which both ended in timeouts and saved guns. So good work from FURIA here to find themselves 6. Money's still in play right now for G2. niko can drop a gun for jackz, and there'll be no dramas as far as their buy goes. But that was the only gap that they could have found, and they found it. So good stuff there to the Brazilian side of things. Just straight on down, a great opening. alexib scrambling towards the site. Desperate maneuver from him, and kzgo lops off the head of the two defenders who had the most potential threat.
I think that now G2 are going to start to realize that maybe a bit more needs to be done with that vent in the late round. FURIA love to abuse it.
I think it just has to be, well, never mind, it's a different setup here. monesy's towards yard this time with the AWP, so maybe they're moving niko more into a top-centric hold here. Squeaky blown off, to Leon through. Standard stuff from the FURIA side of things.
Just asserting some dominance and showing some presence. Not really moving with too much intent just yet, but those smokes towards outside have given Art a corridor to play with towards yard.
It also sends monesy straight back. So who's going to be the rotator towards lower here for G2? Feels like it has to be alexi.
He's tasked himself with those rotations, trying to get down there in time, but niko looking to defend door. Art just takes him out, and so that opens up a chance here, but jackz and Hunter, they're stepping up for G2, and jackz has found another. It's all on Safe now. 1v4 with the AWP. That's a rock-hard hold from jackz. Now up to 3 kills, and fantastic stuff from G2, being able to handle that bit of explosion from FURIA. When niko went down, it looked a little worrying there.
It did indeed. And it just took the simple smoke wall. They didn't even do the full L block, right? They just dropped the 2. I guess it was an I block in that regard, just to get them across to warehouse, but more used to come on into that main position for Art. niko, you could see, right? Because they didn't have a first responder. I thought it had to be alexi, but then that meant that monesy would have had to drop back. They would need to have somebody worrying about heaven. There was a lot of gaps possible there within G2's CT defense. So really important 3 kills coming out of jackz here. Safe's position now noted. He's dropping down towards the lower site here, but with 19 seconds left, no bomb in his hands. We'll call this 4 for the international squad of G2. They are having to fight and claw to get these. Every single gun round that has been won right now for G2, somebody has stayed alive and saved for FURIA. So if they don't, find the success they're looking for, they're more than happy to put their toys in their backpack and head home.
That's because they're keeping the economy a little bit on the ropes for G2 too, right? You can't afford to throw too many members at this to try and hunt down those saves. So G2 not really too comfortable yet. FURIA still poking and prodding and trying to find some openings. And to be fair to Art, he's been able to find quite a few of these openings.
He has 10 kills right now, so he's definitely having his impact here. Great stuff from jackz.
Solid stuff. Instead of just playing that static position towards the back of the site, takes a different approach this time from the rafters. Buy in again for FURIA. It's not going to be easy for G2 here at all. It's a quick door blown open. monesy, he's come in and looking for the opening, but he can't get it. And so FURIA running right into the site. They've spotted jackz on top of the site. Cylinders, and unfortunately for jackz, he's not able to get a single kill. He was blinded in the open. Hunter at least peels away with 1, so that keeps it within the 4v4. But FURIA in the site with the bomb down. Starting to look good for the chances. We've got to look to G2's retake.
One-way dropped here, so they might be able to still exploit the smoke from FURIA. A bit of a gap of theirs. It's left just a slither here to work with. U2 coming out, flashes to initiate. Plenty of nades to make this one work for G2, but in a 4-on-4, it won't be easy.
They're winning on niko. He's still so far removed from the rest of the squad right now, so Smoke will start to fade away. That one way not being used for G2, and they're being held back in main. In comes Art through the smoke. Missed shot from monesy, and Art gets away with it. Alexi B has to retreat. Furia, a quick, explosive play. Not enough done from G2, and Alexi B is being hunted down. The AK desperately trying to be saved over, and it looks like you'll have that no problems, but Furia, that is another quick round catching G2 off.
And this is very difficult now, 7-4. I don't know how G2 are going to be feeling about this first half here.
This position from jackz really needs at least one. You can't afford to go down.
You can understand why he plays that position, right? He's trying to avoid the mollies, but it is a curious one. Have a bit of a tech issue here. Won't be a long one. It is just the FPS bug. I'm sure all of you at home have experienced that. Yes. Log address.
Yeah. _1, right?
Yeah,
or
everyone at home will write this down. Log address _ add space 1.
Yes.
All right, you all got that? Good. Have it down, put it on your desktop.
Save it on a note.
Get it tattooed on your forehead. No, don't get it tattooed on your forehead, but don't forget about it.
Tat it somewhere that can't be seen.
Yeah, or maybe you want a face tattoo.
Sure.
You know, who am I to judge? Do whatever you want. Be your own individual. Getting the fist bumps back on through. See, it's fixed already, guys. That's how quick this issue can be resolved.
Only takes the knowledge of the admins. Now, we'll get back into play. Furia throwing G2 a couple of curveballs here.
I want to see G2 take some map control. Stop being dictated to, right? Take yard control. Maybe have a lobby push coming on through when they are being a little bit inactive in the early stages. Have a ramp crawl with the AWP. Take the fight to them. Be the ones here who can set the tone, because look at this. They're just running out again.
Yeah, and you have to stop them. Art luckily will be stopped by G2, and now Hunter looking. Oh, it's clean. Hunter with 3. And that's knocked out Furia in this one. Finally, they see how much they can get away with. They try and do it time and time again, and finally Hunter stood up for himself. He said no, takes 3 kills down, and now Furia, oh, they're looking a little lost. How do you get into this one when you've lost so many players early? Save actually gets the chance in Alexi B when the smoke fades away. Now that opens up a chance down to this B site.
Yeah, we might need to flip this the other way. G2 have to convert this, right? It's not how to Furia find their way back in. It's how to G2 not screw this one up.
Safe is pushing forward. Luckily, monesy had crossed beyond his crosshairs, able to take the headshot, and the bomb goes down. So now we're just looking to Yuri. 1v3 with the AK. Bomb is being watched right now by monesy, and he's quick to the headshot. 5 for G2. Strong hold initially from Hunter. Got a little scary towards the end, but G2 handled it.
I just had a heart attack. monesy was juggling guns there at the end. He picked up the AK, picked up the M4 again, and then eventually got his hands on the AWP. So his weapon of choice grabbed in the final throws, but still a couple more necessary here for G2 on their CT side. Furia are looking extremely threatening here. They're not letting up. They're keeping all these rounds close, and you can see that you're dropping and bouncing the nade off the top of parhaat, combined with spam through. The molly's in play. It's the little details of utility here that stalled out that Furia top push, but do they want to try it again? Squeaky's open. This time not going to run into the onslaught of the bullets. Hunter blind spamming. Now, they don't know if the players drop down the vent. The flashes, the smoke, the molly, they obscured all that vision. Hunter cops a bottle to the face, and Art gets him through the smoke. That's another opening.
How do Furia play with this one? Because they have so much time left. That's a big problem for G2.
Look how disconnected the G2 hold is. Alexi has had to drop towards lower because they don't know if anybody's dropped down the vent, and he can't really go looking right now. monesy at ramp, jackz towards topside with niko, who also has to worry about yards. So many problems now. Look where drop is. He's
pushed all the way through hot. niko starting to wrap around, taking a bit more of that control, but Sif is ready. He's holding for that. And a while they're blindside, and knew G2 had to go for a play to try and gather some info back, but with that being punished, now Furia stand with a 2-man advantage. And the full head of steam, they charge into jackz.
Trading.
It's just good for 1, and that's it. Alexi B now spotted in the vent, and yeah, G2 not really much in this one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to go for an info play, but it's on their lonesome. One of the things is, with current meta of nuke, you want to push lobby once you use yard control. Well, they're not taking yard control. You have yard, so you can't really push lobby.
Kind of like the opposite.
Exactly,
maneuver.
right? So they're just sitting back and waiting, and it's working out for Furia here. I can't believe they've found themselves 8 rounds already.
Now, I know the discussion with communication about an international team is always put through the ringer, right?
Right man here.
We're looking at Furia as a team that are so disruptive, so quick, causing quick rotations, confusion. How is that going to transpire for a team like G2 where, you know, let's be real, you know, a lot of these guys, English not very strong for them. Some of them, especially jackz and monesy, I don't really know. He sounds good in interviews, but how good is he in the quick situations?
There's a couple of details, right? I think we have saving graces. niko's been playing in international teams for the longest period of time. Alexi in his jaunt with OG was the same, and jackz and Hunter have had to do so when they came together, right? So the only one is really monesy here. Now, I've heard him in interviews. It's proficient enough, but the quickness that FURIA play, key parts of intel is the problem, right? And that could even be the issue when you are speaking your native tongue with everybody. So now you add that extra curveball in the mix. Maybe you miss the communication. Maybe someone doesn't get that key piece of information. They're sending and receiving, right? Maybe the acknowledgement of that's not coming on through. They've called the position incorrectly. But this is a great T-half from FURIA. 8, you've got to be really happy with how this one's starting. Oh, and monesy is just in the flames, in the open. He's lucky to stay alive here.
This is a wild spot to find an AWPer. monesy's quick enough to get away with it.
That's good. He's actually taken some heads-up play to put himself in the game. He said he can be static around that heaven position, maybe just in yard. They've sent their heat-seeking missile out, and he's found a kill.
Alexi B's now on the ramp. Sportsman coming in towards him, dropping back down without a kill, but monesy's now back in his more comfortable spot, and he is quick to the kill on Art. Now we have to look to FURIA, who run with a full head of steam down towards this B site, and Alexi B looking to dampen their fire. He's taken out safe. 2 players left for FURIA to recover this mission. It's not looking so hot to drop because now you've got niko down here alongside Alexi B, so all the rifles ready to go. The FAMAS at range, not the best weapon, but niko can certainly make it look proficient enough.
Yeah, good damage done here from niko there. That should just stall them out towards this ramp position and allow the news to tighten from G2. I liked what we've seen from monesy here. They just need to finish this one off. Don't drop any bodies. Make sure going into the final round of play here, everybody's bought up fully because it could still be an 8-7.
niko removed. Now Alexi B is going to be tasked and unable to take drop on the first opportunity. Drop sneaking by, his head down. Does Alexi B expect him to get so wide already? He hasn't seen him on the second time of looking down the barrel, so drop might just slip by. Into the smoke, out of the smoke, and a free kill on Alexi B. He's biding his time, he's wanting to get as deep as possible, and he now assassinates the head of Alexi B. It's down to jackz, monesy, and Hunter to try and close this one out, and somehow FURIA have found a way into this.
They've known the bomb's been down in this position for some time, but they haven't addressed the lower site completely. 3 on 2, HB's not great, door swings open,
ball down.
denies, and that's it, that is it, it's all done. monesy finally finds the final, and 8-6. That one got a little bit crazy for a second or two.
Yeah, that's the risk when you're trying to plant the bomb on bottom B. Just this, so many doors, so many positions you have to worry about.
The problem in all of that is that quite a few G2 members went down when it felt like they didn't have to. So the rebuys are coming on through, guns are dropped, and they can make it work. But we can see Alexi going into an MP9.
And the biggest tool of that last round is Yorp, and it's not there again.
That's true, right? I like the fact that they used monesy in a bit more of an aggressive position. We finally see him getting activated. Both teams with emissions in the buy for the final round here, round number 15, first half, map 1.
Well, FURIA again, smash open that door, throw utility in, just try and panic G2 early. And Art is certainly looking to continue that panic. Luckily, niko is ready. Looking directly up, but look at Alexi B's position. Elevated, boosted up, and he'll take away 1 on the boxes. Good trade out from drop, but still, G2 will hold the advantage. And FURIA, where do they go with this one?
Well, they've got ramp control. Last round, it was all down to the biff with Alexi and niko. monesy's here again.
Oh, he hasn't been able to take a kill. niko's down here at least. Head spotted. And that's going to be 1. niko transfers for 2, and now it's just drop. niko cleans it up. It's 7-half, as close as you can get it here on Nuke. I cannot wait to get into this second. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Safe, he joined FURIA because
as your ramp holder. Art just floating here, there, and everywhere. Safe as your heaven rotator. Yuri and kxgo as your top defenders. This is going to be difficult to break, but 1xBet, they still seem to favor the international squad here. Lots of faith left over considering the slower start of things on that CT half.
Well, my player to watch here in the second half is going to be Sif. Towards that warehouse, he is incredible when he gets that AWP out in his hands. So we'll see how he gets going here at the start of the second with a pistol.
That's for everybody in Go TV, right, Dinko?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Keep eyes on Sif. Watch back the demo. But Art trying to slip through the smoke. It's Alexi B burning away Sif at the start of this round, so not much to see from him this time. And G2 will be happy with the advantage. They're starting to apply pressure to drop as they start to send numbers. But Art, oh, double kill. monesy and Alexi B down. niko luckily treading that back, but drop is about to be tested here around the corner. When you're playing up in heaven, it's better to drop back here so you don't have to deal with multiple angles.
They saw the bomb towards the lower side as well, so it's forcing out such a crazy rotation. This space is being taken, but drop, look at this angle.
Yeah, this is smarter to do this. If you stay up in heaven, you've got to deal with the ledge. You've got to deal with so many different options. So if you drop back here, you should be at least getting one. And unfortunately, oh, he will get one. Somehow, jackz, you've got to look. And unfortunately, that looks a little bit of a lack of communication, Chad.
Whoa, just had absolutely no idea where he was getting shot from.
Okay.
Well, they're into the side at least. It is niko in a 1-on-3. So if there's anybody you want in this position, it's niko.
Yeah, and he has got the bomb plant. So at a minimum, G2 will have a force buy in the next round. But we've got to keep eyes on niko to see if he's going to pick this one up. Down the lower side, rotations being made. He's got to worry about so many different sides here. Ramp, decon, double doors, window. So many positions niko has whirling through his head right now. Doors open wide, they cross into him, and niko will go down to the Julies. That's Furia with a pistol. It's Furia extending their lead, but at least G2 will have enough money to force buy in the next.
I feel like the computer that is the communication of G2 just broke down that round. It just froze on out because that position from drop, he took a couple of pot shots. jackz unawares, no trade possible there from Hunter, I believe it was. And yeah, this is the double kill from Art. Ah, I see. That's where it all went wrong. This is jackz. He's got no idea. I think Hunter came out and actually was shooting towards either main or CT vent there as well. So yeah, great positioning from drop. And yeah, xtaz's reaction, I think that says it all.
They were in such a good position at the start of the round, right? They had all the map control you wanted. Disjointed from G2. Furia, comfortable buy here with majority rifles. Hunter trying to be quick, but he's got to run through the fire. Through the fire and flames he goes, and Hunter, like a dragon, will try and go forward with the Mac-10, but it's Yuri that's come back into play. 3 picked up with the M4A1, and monesy replies, it's just niko yet again. This still is winnable for niko, as the Galil looks to drop at heaven. He will begin to fall back, but niko bests him with the headshot. And now niko begins to look for safe. Climbing down the ladder, has so much time to play with.
Yeah, so much time. That's the key here. Safe's going to actually offer himself up. Oh, unbreakable. The fight's going to come on. niko with the headshot there, and they steal it back. What a clutch from niko. They needed him, and he steps on up. He gets the room, they get the openings, and he'll close it down. That's the superstar potential we're talking about as niko. He leads the server, 14 kills for him. And you love to see it.
And he needed that. G2 really needed a little bit of magic, something out of niko to make the difference. Yuri looked like he held down this site. Good initial kills from Hunter and jackz. Yuri pulls it back for Furia, and it comes down to this niko play. Cleans out drop, who could have played a little bit further back, and niko just playing the time, not getting pressured, able to manage the clutch.
Well, the halves, as far as the scores read, have started the same, right? G2 winning the force buy back in the same fashion, but this is fast in lobby. Alexi B.
Oh, he's going to try and deal with him. Luckily for Furia, it is just the 1-for-1.
This is where you need to swarm on yard, right? Take all the space, try and constrict, get around towards heaven, take away the other rotation points here, and just maroon Furia in lobby. Flip the script, turn this round on its head, make it so that they have to operate like the T's, attacking back into the bomb site here. You can see Safe's already rotated around towards hell. niko needs to be very careful.
Well, you walk into the CZ, you can very quickly hit the deck. And Safe has got a good angle. It's going to be niko going down. Can't quite follow up for 2, but dropping niko out of the server is a big kill to find.
It is 3 rifles, 2 AKs, a Galil remaining right now, and they are together. U2, it's not bad. They have a smoke. If they wanted to go down towards ramp, could be the right call here. Currently just 1 member of kxgo down towards the lower site. A smoke towards decon, a molly in towards the stairwell of the window room. That could be the U2 required here to give them the avenue to get that bomb down.
Yeah, kxgo doesn't really have the weapon here to deal with this either. G2 should certainly best him.
Smoke window side, molly dark. kxgo could swing open the door and fight here now that he hasn't been negated by that smoke.
Yeah, 30 seconds here for G2. They begin to start to plant that bomb. kseRado opens the door, flashes himself out. Now spotted and held back. Not really much found from that. Now FURIA, it does look very difficult for them here. They're starting to come down the ramp. It's Art with the rifle in his hands.
May as well give it a crack.
See what you can find. Well, a crack certainly found. It's Art's skull that's been cracked open by jackz.
Yeah, and that's enough. They've seen enough right here. I think just back up the vent, keep on what they have, and hold it into the next round of play. It's just crazy, right? You remember that FURIA, the way that they kicked off their T-half, it was with basically a full eco, right? They had a flash, they had a P250, a couple of Glocks, and they were able to pick up a miracle round. G2 have done similar things, but they've had to work a lot harder for it. And I think that's the story right now. G2 are having to work hard for the rounds that they're picking up. Even this one was stressful until it wasn't. So, tying up the scoreline here. Now, 9-9. No Germans in the server today.
Let's see one of these teams. Unfortunately, we will say goodbye to them at the end of this series in Katowice. G2, a lot of expectations on this roster. Still very early days, though. I think we have to set that context for the guys at home as well. You know, this G2 team, they look great on paper, right?
Sure.
But it's just getting started.
But it's meant to be seen as upgrades, right? And this team was in the previous Katowice Grand Final, right? You got to go back with the previous LAN Katowice Grand Final against that of Navi. They're in the major Grand Final. I know that there's different parts, but it's meant to be a better-looking team. Now, time will give it to them for sure, but we've seen how great they can look. We've also seen how shaky they can look in certain times. Art, here we go. I've been practicing this.
Already. That's your acting. Oh, unfortunately, doesn't even get to rattle off, Chad. That has to wait till another day.
All right. It's the one thing I work in the off-season, how good my Zeus sounds.
Blez got a pretty good one, actually.
Oh, yeah, he's been...
Blez been working hard on that one.
That's what we should have. We should, you know, send a couple out, see which is the closest.
It's a good competition, I think.
I don't think they'll put voice lines in, but maybe they can have casters mimicking gun sounds.
That's the best we can get.
Okay, well, there's a bit of a B-stream update for you. Close your eyes if you don't want a spoiler. I know there's some of you out there who want to go back and watch the VODs. For everybody else, the action is important right here, right now. That game started as a blowout for Fnatic. It's actually been drawn back, quite the tight affair.
Yeah, Strol's loving close games here in Katowice. monesy under a bit of pressure. Luckily, they have their big brother niko to deal with the bullies. And now it's just safe left, along with the USP.
Nicely handled there. So, yeah, you're right, though, as well. Like, a big brother in the sense that they are going to be a mentor for this kid as well. So, there's a lot of learning possible for monesy coming on through for this year. Yeah,
and Alexa B was talking about that in the interview in terms of, okay, monesy's coming into the team. It's not just one player you have to look up to. There's lots of experience in this team now to learn from. And that's great for a player like monesy who gets to play under a good IGL, under the greatest rifle player, and you've got just a good synergy in the team right now.
I feel like in the little tidbits we've read in interviews, especially after the decoupling from Navi, right? I think Blade made a comment like, yeah, he gets a bit nervous in pressure matches. Don't quote me verbatim on that one right there. It's more the sentiment. And then I think monesy was saying, like, yeah, I think they're just saying that to get in my head. I don't get pressure. But this is the thing, you're 16. You're going to feel pressure, mate.
Yeah, well, in WePlay, they actually have a heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
And anytime he's in a clutch, his heart rate would go skyrocket.
Okay.
So we have the evidence, Chad.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still impressionable. Here's niko, quite quick, dropping into main, and there's the opening.
Well, niko certainly cracking things open. niko starting to have a good half here. kseRado starting to rattle away. He's upgraded his MP9 to a Galil, but niko's still let loose. And he is starting to prowl. Smokes are up right now, so that doesn't really allow that access point to try and wrap around to heaven just yet. So he's deciding to drop back into warehouse and drop. They have pressured him a few times. They tried to punish him a little bit here, Chad.
Yeah, that's the thing with Drop. We don't talk about him too much, but he's still one of the newer boys on this team. Took Honda's spot, also from the academy days.
Yeah, and they decided to move forward with him rather than Vinny. Much more experienced player.
That's another curious decision, isn't it? But there must be something about Drop that they like the look of here as he starts to have a little bit of a quizzical glance towards the yard position. niko lying in wait towards main. Has monesy starting to join the conga line? He's over towards T-Red. jackz is walking over silently, and Hunter, the rear of the pack. Now, with niko in his current position, he can peer on out and see if there's anybody towards heaven, anybody towards hell, and they can escort themselves across down towards secret.
Yeah, if niko keeps getting this space, this is really going to help G2 a lot in these gun rounds. It allows this team to maneuver whatever way they want while also having that fallback, that extra bit of spice to the round with niko.
Time's going to start becoming an issue here. They need to get past safe, and guess what? He still has a smoke.
It really is getting quite scary now for G2. They have to be explosive past this choke point. Safe goes out for the first pick, but unfortunately, not a single kill for him. Now we have to look to the plant. They have to go into the lower site. Although niko, this nearly another whiff from heaven, but luckily clean on the recovery this time around. And unfortunately, drops not anywhere near the site, so can't deny and create that chaos.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? If you're safe, you can understand why he's playing in that position so he can rotate up the vent quicker if it's a top play. But if he was playing on the stairwell or if he was doing the jiggle with the smoke, he could have been able to drop that. That might have been enough, but niko recovers, and that was perfect. They dropped the molly in the vent. There's no way down the vent, and he just comes around from heaven. Two players not looking his direction. Lovely shots, and G2 take the lead 11-9.
Yeah, niko is looking warmed up on this T side. They're going to have to deal with that threat. Maybe. I think Safe is going to be the player that's tasked with dealing with him once they get that AWP out. He occupies that position. If he can lock that away from niko once they get the guns out, that's an adaptation that'll be needed for G2.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be easy on a round like this. We'll just be down to the pistols. The Deagle, CZ, the rest on the USPs, a Zeus, and an aggressive yard maneuver here.
Well, jackz and monesy at the ready. Good pick from monesy. jackz able to follow up as well. Here he's good for one on the Deagle, but niko makes sure that he pads the stats even more here towards outside against the pistols. Here's your second chance, Chad.
All right, come on, kSarada, give me something.
Not really getting too many chances here.
No, but you know, it's a long round still, a minute 20 seconds.
Wood to shine.
Really getting my action stance ready for this one.
You'll have another award in your cabinet, Chad. It'll be an Oscar-worthy performance.
Okay, I don't know if we've made it. Oh, actually, to be fair, I think I've seen some eSport awards starting to make their way into that category.
Oh, here he goes. kSarada.
Come on, come on.
He just wants him to walk into him, but they have no reason to do so. He's got a USP.
kSarada, be patient. You know you bought this for the memes.
Come on.
You know
Do it
what
for
you're
us all.
doing here. Doesn't have the patience, goes on down. Maybe we get another opportunity. But 12-9, and opportunity is starting to wane for FURIA now.
Yeah, that really is the big problem here. You're going to have a gun round coming up.
Double AWPs. You said once the AWP comes out, 2 could be the answer here. Art picking up the secondary. That's pretty standard stuff from him, but Safe gets his now. Let's get to see what he really has to offer.
This is often FURIA's answers. It's just more AWPs equals wins. Definitely interviewed Art a few times, and he seems to be going down that path of logic. We'll see if that does work out. It's shutting down some of this map control for G2.
Well, they have taken a timeout to discuss their options. A chance for Gary to get on the mic here, decide where they want to play these double AWPs. I think standard play would be one towards ramp and, you know, one doing the yard/heaven float with your rifle is just locking down the key choke points. You could drop down towards the lower site immediately here, or even Art could go down there and AWP secret. They could do something crazy, which is classic FURIA. Have 2 AWPs holding the outside position, really just to stall out niko and his, what are we looking at now, 23 kills. Almost 10 kills above anyone else closest in the server. jackz and Art the only exceptions to that.
This is so important for FURIA to win this one. Otherwise, you're looking at G2 really steaming ahead.
Yeah, Art's just gone through main and then down the vent. So, yeah, look, he's that type of guy. Bit of a gap towards the yard. Smoke's being highlighted here, but nobody behind it just yet. Just niko to park himself behind the annex. Oh, I've just gone full Australian there. The main position.
Drop very quickly. Throws down the molly.
Yeah, so much space to work with and early.
Yeah.
Minute 15 on the clock, and they have ramp control, so...
Just the sheer presence of the footsteps is enough to bully drop away.
Now, how are they going to make this one work? Because they've applied pressure towards ramp, and they immediately pivot back towards this top side. The thing is, Yuri and kSarada were the 2 that I'd like to stay away from.
.55 seconds. Hunter's going to smoke out main, and now comes up Art. Yeah, I think he hasn't really got the memo of the AWP's a sniper. He thinks it's a shotgun. He's going to play close towards the vent. 44 seconds left. kSarada now spotted and try and beat niko in a duel. Here goes Art. Of course he gets away with that. No scope. Close to the door. That's the bomb drop for G2, and they have to run into him to get it back.
Back turned.
Oh, he just runs back into them, and Safe now holding on. Anchor from the site with the AWP. He's picked up 2. monesy picks up the bomb. niko being tied from behind, and Drop has come up secret, putting it all on monesy, who's dropped down the vent. But look at this from Drop. He's realized that's the option. He's gone quickly down the secret stairs. monesy will get away with the bomb plant, and now tasked with a clutch. 13 rounds could be picked up for G2 if the young man can get it. Oh, and he's so quick on the first. Molly out towards Decon. And now he's starting to figure out where is the last player. Safe's on the AWP himself. He's pulled out the USP. monesy is low. monesy's reading this. monesy has an idea that he might just be above him. And he sees the barrel miss shot from monesy. And now Safe back into it, and he drops down. monesy loses his opponent, and to the defuse he will run.
Oh, so close there. I don't know how monesy hits half the shots he does. The majority of the time, the player's not even on the bloody screen, and he flicks on in. The defuse coming through. Is there time? Is there time?
Seconds in it, Chad.
Oh, dearie me. That would have been something from the grave. monesy could have had that one done, but Safe. He gets him across the line and gets FURIA up to double digits. Only just. Woof, all right. This one's starting to heat up here. And Safe had a lot of impact. He stalled this out. He forced them to go elsewhere. niko getting caught out by drop there. Great kill from him. But this one, up close and personal. I thought it was done. But yeah, the kid, it made it a questionable scenario as far as the defuse goes. Well, here we go. Back into play. Round 23. Both teams with buys. No secondary AWP for Art this time round. And fast top again.
Yeah, Hunter just charging forward with some ill intent. It's Yuri that swings out, but just one Destacado helps him. At least a couple of kills here for FURIA, but that kill, that's ridiculous from Art.
That might change the whole tune of this round here. monesy can scoop up the bomb again, but look how disconnected Alexi is from the pack. It is just monesy, marooned in the site, currently on an island. Alexi needs to help him out here. Bomb's going to go down. They still have another smoke for main if they'd like. 3-on-2 retake.
FURIA feeling good about the numbers they've got into this one, and the utility left as well. Safe can just wait out this smoke. monesy starts to turn his attentions away. The shot trying to pull his attentions away from Heaven.
There's no kit for this.
So time is of the essence for FURIA to get back into play. monesy just having to peer between two angles in the flash. Oh, how does he get away with that? That's a ridiculous shot. And now Alexi B's been set up for the clutch to the defuse. Safe will go, but he is down.
That should be it.
And just not enough time. I have no idea how monesy lands shots like that. Oh my God, this guy he's so quick.
He's quick, yeah, that's the key thing about this kid. If he can keep that quickness about him and the fundamentals and he's playable as an individual continues to grow, he's going to be a scary, scary player to deal with.
I guess that's what you get when you're 16, right?
Yeah,
it's just these super quick reactions.
High twitch fibers.
Just cannot believe he's even that accurate. It looked like a no-scope. It was so damn quick. Alexi B set up for the clutch, able to come around the backside, and yeah, the lack of kit costing him there as well. And that's an important round for G2 as they now go to 13. Double up setup again will come out for FURIA.
Having to work hard for this, and Destacado and Yuri, the fact that they traded 1-for-1 on the top site right there, they're doing the best they can when that onslaught's coming. Art was the kill through the smoke that seemed like it would have been the difference maker, but great stuff there to pull it back. And just the pressure of the time, the pressure of the clock, a big round to win and a pressure round indeed. Double AWPs, MP9 and 2 Famises. It's a kit this time round at least, and it's going to be rough for FURIA going forward here. Max loss bonus is in play. Next round, 3,400 into the bank balance, but rounds seem to be the biggest drama right here, right now. G2 with everything they need to run this one home. What's the call here from Alexi and Co? Squeaky blown open. Smoke on out. Has a bit of room. monesy's found the kill, and over the top of the smoke, Alexi does too. Nice little maneuver there. Gets himself down, and the kills keep coming. monesy onto Safe, 2 alive, and it's just Yuri and Drop who have to wonder what the hell just happened.
It feels like their spine is just being snapped out of their back, right?
Yeah.
It feels like this is starting to fall down the hill for FURIA.
It's after a great first half as well, right? You had a really good first half of play. All your tricks worked, and well, Yuri, okay. He's grabbed one. Now they need to start working on a few more. I don't like Drop's chances. If he can get closer towards Hunter on the rafter, maybe, just maybe. Yuri knowing he needs to search. Shot. Oh, he has a second chance of survival here. That's an uncharacteristic miss for niko.
Yuri give it a slight opportunity. But G2 with the heavy numbers still. niko takes a little tying to the molly towards outside, but we go under a minute here.
Yeah, Yuri can't go anywhere. He kind of has to push in towards lobby here, which is the scariest of all with the AWP. If he drops down vent, Alexi will kill him. The rest of the team could start to make their way across down towards secret again. So they've smoked off main. They've completely removed him from the picture, and yeah, you can see him trying to take some real estate back towards lobby here. The worst case scenario would be, oh, hold up a second. They might be heading towards heaven, and that's where Drop's MP9 does become a bit more potent. He can make this work. Not towards main, but definitely towards heaven.
G2 like to make it difficult on themselves sometimes. Well, now they got to deal with Drop. 20 seconds left. If Drop can dispel and he can slow this down, that's the bomb, but Hunter quick to the headshot. Now it's Yuri, and he will find Alexi being nearly the collateral. Looking up towards heaven, they've got down, and that bomb will start to go down, but Yuri, he's finding kills, and finally put an end to by jackz. G2 like to raise my heart rate a good bit here, Chad. They're going to edge me quicker than anything.
So late with the bomb heaven as well. That MP9 could have sung right there, and Yuri's AWPing. Well, give it to him too. There was a couple of quick shots. If that collat comes in, holy moly. Good stuff from Yuri there, but 14-10, and this one might be reaching its conclusion in 2 rounds' time.
Oh, that's it. That was the chance. If he gets the collateral, like you said, turns back, you know, he has the 1v1, and crazy stuff out of Yuri. Showing there maybe even be potential for a triple op setup for this FURIA side.
Let's do 5, why not?
Yeah, I've seen them push those numbers before.
Just be meta breakers here on the side of things for FURIA. Now, they haven't gone all in on this. They've limped in with a couple of purchases, and one of those purchases has found a kill. Alexi down, and kxgo evaporates immediately down the vent. Last 4 members for G2, with plenty of time left, are over towards Yard, and they've stuck quite closely together here. But look at this, lobby pushes coming in. This is called completely clear right now for FURIA. So not only are they gathering kills, but information, in kxgo on a collision course with another.
He's right behind monesy. He's starting to creep up behind the sniper, but hasn't moved far enough. I don't know if he will. He's trying to get closer and closer. Finally spots out monesy, neutralizes that threat. And that's 2 kills now for FURIA. Yeah, that at least is the saving grace here for G2, but Art now will see them reach the position of niko. Can't beat him out, though. Still G2 in a very difficult spot, being 2 players down, and kxgo once again swings out from secret, hangs him out to dry, and now niko into the clutch. His 2nd of the round. Getting close to the MP9, and Yuri will make it happen. 11 rounds for FURIA. That's a round I didn't really expect to go their way, but kxgo does the heavy lifting.
2 key rounds within this game. The first half I've referenced it a few times. The second round of the game, that's how they got the engine started for their T-Hall. And now this one, it was a lighter investment. It wasn't a full investment. kxgo with massive impact, and they pull this one off. They give themselves a nice little buffer as far as the economy is concerned, and Chaz is going to chip on in and, well, talk them through the timeout. Chance to have a bit of a conversation here about what they need to do differently. Things have been going so well up until this point. The CT's rounds have been very spotty. Pistol lose the force. They've had a gun round, and then this was a half buy, I suppose. This could be what FURIA need, though, to get the engine going late within this first map of play. Still have the B stream going as well. Astralis versus Fnatic.
Well, this is the fuel supply now found for FURIA. We'll have to see if it's going to be enough to keep them ticking on here on Nuke. G2, they've got the AWP out from monesy, the AK's utility. Things still looking good over in their camp, and they look to try and push 15. kxgo, the hero of the last round, this time being pressured early around this door fight. Throwing his own smoke down and looks to play around just to try and gather info. Is anybody from G2 trying to play around this vent? niko, much more proactive towards outside, but if he pushes too far, Safe is ready for him.
Okay, well, they can still throw whatever variation of smoke wall they'd like, and you can see them lining that up now. Not wanting to give away an opening kill over towards lobby. You can see Art as well towards the lower side. He's going to make his way up secret. The timing on Art could be everything here. 19 kills to his name. How many more is he going to get?
He could be disruptive. Molly goes down to try and signal that he's not here from his teammates. So Art now peeks up with a flash. It's so well played from FURIA to just get that 1 kill.
He needs to get away now. Art's done more than enough. The nade damage is good. They're trying to chase him. Alexi was quick.
This is smart play right now from FURIA. niko again giving this outside control, but FURIA still have the advantage. Safe still alive up towards heaven. They will be aware that niko could be coming through here. Can drop better niko around this corner. He's got the tight angle on the left side of niko. He'll start to move forward. 35 seconds. We need something to happen here for G2. And niko, of course, he will start it. The headshot onto drop. Coming down the B side, niko is going to add a prong to the approach as he comes in from ramp. But Art will be the play that needs to hold here for FURIA. They're about to run into his crosshair. Art, good on the second as well. And he goes back for more. Art with a 3K, up to 4 in total. And now niko left trying to get into the round, but there's no time to do it. FURIA have just toyed with him. In fact, it is just Art that has done everything. Finally, he will be put to bed by niko. But it's all about not dying after the time here, niko. He needs to hold it, and he goes down after time.
That is a rough one right there for niko to have to swallow. And Art, everything masterful from him.
At least niko does have 2k left in the bank, which does average out to the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, look, that's probably the nature of him getting all the kills so far. 28 for him. Art, though, this is massive work. Just a 3-piece feed right here. Silence Dem 4 doing it all, and monesy unable to hit that shot on the AWP to trade him on out.
Oh, it's great from Art.
Huge stuff in players. It will be G2 down to just the pistols here. This is looking very good for FURIA now. A late resurgence here is monesy with the Zeus.
Here we go, Chad.
Yeah, smooth moves.
Nearly.
Close. The range was there.
It felt like it. Felt like that was the one. Drop, 1 for 1. Luckily, Safe patching up the hole, but there is another head showing. And Safe will take it off. Good clean up here from FURIA. 13 on the board. 1 away from tying things up versus G2, who now will have enough money for rifles out across the board, but it is not going to be a very strong T-buy here.
That's the thing right now. Hunter's automatically purchased straight into the AK as well, so I felt that there maybe could have been a bit of a conversation. niko has gone for the AK, but without head armor. So, yeah, it's not going to matter against the AWP or the AKs, is it? But there are a few M4s out to play. That might come back to bite him in the arse.
I wonder if there's anything different here from G2.
Yeah, there has to be a bit of a change of play, right? And they need somebody else to manufacture an opening for them. Squeaky blown open. Alexi trying this maneuver again.
Alexi B's charging right through the smoke, and the flash is so good. It's nearly a second for Alexi B. And they have made it down the vent. A quick skip and a hop, and they're down on B.
Nobody has addressed this just yet. Door swung open. Penny has to be starting to drop right now. Molly towards ramp. Rotation coming in. Drop is alerted to this.
jackz looks for him. Drop held back in the fire and flames. niko, 1 for 1 again, keeping the even odds on the table.
So low, look at them all.
Oh, niko crossing outside. Safe is ready. And that's the kill that gives FURIA the advantage, but they have to get back into the site here. The players of G2 are damaged up, but this time is starting to tick. FURIA, if they want to get through this, they have to break down the doors of this B site quickly, and jackz makes the proactive play. Oh, what? That is lovely from jackz in the turn back, and that's enough. That's 15 for G2.
Look at that shot from jackz. What a blinder that was. He was just guarding off monesy there. He was stuck on the side on his lonesome jackz. Biff and a bosh, what?
Just flexing on the right now, jackz. That is what you love to see. That has put G2 in a great position. You look at FURIA right now, they are broken of that. jackz, the proactive play, realizes you just can't sit back, then turns so quickly, so accurately, and is able to hit the headshot for the second. Knocks him down.
On to 15, and timeout called right now from G2. xtaz knows this is the moment they can just get it across the line. It has been a little bit stressful here. The scoreline, yeah, very, very close.
Okay, guys, we have another best of 3 if we win this one. We have to try and do this as quickly as possible.
Let's try and conserve some energy, shall we, boys? Show less of the playbook here as well. A bit of a conversation between Alexi, niko, and xtaz here. You can see them looking at each other down the line, just trying to talk through what the options are going to be. Alexi needing to be the man to make the final call of all of this. And he actually is purchased into a MAC-10. Now, Alexi's impact with that round he just had, the entry into top side is what kicked that all off. He only has 11 kills, but that one right there is an important round to get them to 15. What is the call going to be? Take a little bit of a look at his spawn. He's at the back of the pack with the MAC-10, so unlikely to be able to pull off anything too quick with it. But both teams with full buys, both teams with SMGs, drop with the MP9, Alexi with the MAC-10.
Oh, safe. Trying to be a bit more active in the opening fight, but unfortunately not given the opportunity to take one down through the door.
Oh
no, he'll be taken down. jackz removes him on the spam through, nearly gets the second opportunity onto kxgo. Art is starting to feel like he needs to do something.
He wants the ult.
Hasn't been able to pick it up yet. Alexi B into the ramp side. Being held back from all fronts here. FURIA doing a decent job of containing them and funneling them into the lobby for now. Still a lot of time for G2. Drop if he's tested here. He doesn't have the best weapon, Chad.
Yeah, no utility to slow them either. So Alexi might just be able to run him down with this MAC-10 in hand. They are starting to all turn their attention over towards the radio room. Is niko still outside? He'll be the linchpin of all of this. Drop, you're about to be tested.
Well, Drop is certainly under a lot of pressure. The MP9 is the weapon. It is close. Alexi B gets melted, but the defense liquidated, and it's all on kxgo. He's down the lowest site, but G2, they look like they've done it. Serrato, not even the right side of the map
heaven,
here.
yeah.
That's the bomb going down to 8. That should be the death sentence passed on now.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult for Serrato to win. AWP in the vent. It was a valiant first half. You loved what Furia were bringing. They're playing outside of the meta here. A lot of lobby plays, a lot more top aggression. Now just going to come on up. Ladder noted. Tries the no-scope, and this is just a matter of time. Serrato does get the no-scope for style points. Has another crack, but Hunter takes him down, and that's going to be it. G2 picking up map number 1 here in the best of 3. It's do or die, it's survival. Another best of 3 later in the day, Dinko, but that is what we wanted to see, the recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the recovery coming through. G2 take their opponent's map.
we just saw on Nuke if they want to take this one to the third map of play. Remember, this is for survival. Winner of this will play the winner of the Astralis versus Fnatic series, which is going on simultaneously. 1xBet odds have blown on out now. G2, the favorites indeed.
Not looking so good for FURIA, but they are looking to set up here G2 for an A execute straight away. Smokes flashes being deployed. Currently we look to Sif as the player here holding down the site from CT. Haven't really dealt with him yet. In fact, they've just run into the open, and he has hung jackz out to dry. Luckily, Niko with a P250 and the pistol has taken one of those kills back, but FURIA now getting to the site. G2 putting the bomb down. Yeah,
they can't push too far forward here. K-Serrano just over towards the window, trying to make sure that they can't take too much space. The rotation from Yuri, that could be the difference maker here for FURIA. Now, I want you to note the kit is on safe, and he is already low.
Alexi B hunting down, drop in middle. He's done good damage, but no kill as drop will flick back. Monesy's turn from window. Good headshot to remove drop from the round.
Here comes Yuri.
And Yuri's certainly starting his flank around the backside, this time from Palace. Niko had a quick look to ramp, but it's the Palace kill that's come in. And Monesy, alongside Hunter, so clean.
Low. He's very low.
Safe getting to the defuse, has got the kit in his back. He's trying to stick it, the knife coming in, but not enough time. And that is going to be everybody going down, but G2 with a pistol.
Yeah, look, everybody does go down with the ship right there. It didn't look likely for FURIA after that Goosh came on in. There was so much space for them to work with. Monesy's kill over towards the window room as well, and the key real estate was in the hands of the international squad. So great way for Alexi and Co to kick this one off here. Want to get this one done as quickly as you can, be as efficient with maps played, and nice shot there from Hunter as well. Monesy chipping in too, and here is Safe, just trying to keep safe. As we have 3 MAC-10s, 2 AK-47s going up against primarily USPs here. They've opted to stack over towards the A bomb side. It is just Yuri, Cat, drop window, and 3 players from FURIA deep within the A site. 2 players over towards B early. It's Hunter crawling through the underpass. jackz was up in the B apartments. Niko's going to join him now as well. Alexi and Monesy have grabbed this mid control. This is looking likely to be a B split here. Flash towards connector. Hunter uses that as his cue to step on out and throw some utility to just clear out the close corridors.
A few days ago, we got to see G2 in action. Strong first map on Nuke, and they play against Fnatic on Mirage. They got beat 16-7. That's not a good start in this round. Yuri with the first, but Monesy hunts it down in reply.
Yeah, that's all handled now. They can get into B, they can get the bomb down. That would have been the only problem, right? The only thorn in the side right there is rotation coming on through. Hunter's ears perk on up. He knows the ecos are not too far away.
Money in the bank for Hunter. Art, nice little tap around the backside. G2, they don't want to lose too many more weapons here.
Yeah, 2's probably enough, isn't it? They know that the buy is going to come out in the next round from FURIA here, so I'm sure that they would love to find whatever they can. Start and drop now, and warning shots from the short position. Monesy takes off drop's head, and now it is just up close and personal. The MAC-10 at this range, $600. How much do they want to push the issue here? jackz is walking into the den. Quizzical clear. There you go. Art's happy with this. He can go down now. It doesn't even need to hold on to this MAC-10 if they wanted to rip it out of his hands. Bomb goes off, 2-0. And Monesy gets it done, but that's extra cash for Art, right? Art with that kill now has 6K. He can buy an AWP. That wouldn't have been able to happen otherwise. So jackz's death actually really puts them in a bit of an orky momo. Big green out. The same can't be said on the other side, as G2 will just be operating with 5 rifles here. Let's see if Safe can find impact immediately with this AWP, right? You're taking a look at the setup. You got drop anchoring over towards B. K-Serrano, his support network as the short player. Safe will be over towards window. Yuri to anchor A, and then Art, well, he's literally everywhere. So there's a 3-man B lean early. Safe in window. Art, K-Serrano, and drop have actually stacked over towards the B site within the first gun rounds here. And a passive stance on A. Set up in towards the vent room, and K-Serrano will actually drop back to take over this window position. But it is a default crawl right now.
Hunter. Oh, goes through the smoke. K-Serrano ready. Hunter down early, and G2 handed a deficit. Art could extend upon that here.
Oh. Aware.
Large barrel poking around the corner, still comes away with monesy and doesn't go far enough for Alexi to trade that out.
Yikes, that one has gone missing there, and just more jarring play towards mid. Alexi not going to finish that one off. The molly could.
Certainly could. Art has taken damage. Alexi though has gone out of play, and Art will survive. It's Niko's turn, but in the meantime, jackz has taken 2 kills that puts them back into the equilibrium. Problem is, he has to go up connector and drop. Did have eyes on it. jackz had the opportunity, but misses the first shot, so now it's all on Niko.
We've seen him win a 1-on-2 already over there on Nuke. Let's
40
see
seconds.
if he can get this one done. Bomb is in a bit of a problematic position, top mid. The AWP not bearing down. Drop also taking eyes off of mid. So Niko actually has a lot of room to play this one out, but needs to get a move on.
Not a lot of time, and that certainly is a factor here for Niko. He's got so much to clear out. At this point, I don't even know if it is possible for him to get to the site in time without...
Back to the A, kills safe. As long as he clears... Oh, he's going short.
He's going short, and he has to be very, very quick to take down the site here. He can't even afford to really look towards connector and take his time. So because of that, Safe will remove him, and we see Furia with her first on the board.
Yeah, and some of those financial woes of giving away 3 rifles or 3 weapons within the second round of play, already coming back to haunt G2 here. They're going to be down to a skimp buy. Niko gets the AK. The rest are going to be looking at Mac 10s, maybe some Tech 9s in the mix here, but well handled. And that's a classic play for Hunter, getting boosted into the window. It's something he used to do back in the crazy days. It's a bit of a maneuver that I'm sure if you get Kassad, there'll be a real conversation on who created that one.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go. You can see the upgraded pistols around Niko's AK-47. Windows smoked off, and over towards apartments they go, 3 of which... very light util. They need to smash this one open.
Yuri loves to do this. He loves to play up on the palace in this annoying angle. We'll see if G2 have done their prep and are aware of this possibility. Yuri decides to come down the ladder to play from underwood, and so now with a peek out, jackz will not see him. Instead, catches Safe looking the wrong way. Now Yuri's time to strike into action. He's found one. A lineup nearly for 3. His teammates here to help him out. Yuri just tucking himself in the underwood. Hunter trying to move forward with that Tech 9 swiftly, but Kesserado comes in to bail out his teammate. Great job from Yuri taking those 2 kills and drawing the attention away.
Yeah, you can thank Art for that one as well. He swung on in and dealt with Niko, who was the player coming through past with the AK. So Yuri gets his teammates to protect him there. Guardian Angel Art, as the scoreline is tied up 2-2, and the pistol should be out right now. Niko's immediately equipped himself a deagle. And during all of this, right, you can see the death of Niko come in on the kill feed. So thank you very much, Art. Get back into the mix of things, and yeah, it is only that $700 hand cannon. So the only man we should be watching on the T side right now is Niko. Alexi B trying to make some space. He's already dead, and all their waterfall out. Dinks are good, but I think that's about all they're going to get here.
Yeah, nice and clean from Furia. They don't lose a single player. G2 try what they might to try and get the bomb plant, but unable to do so. So their buy, because of the lack of bomb plant, isn't looking too hot to trot here, Chad.
Now, when I was watching this G2 matchup yesterday against Liquid, there was an early round where monesy, they did like a quick B split on a force, or maybe it was a lighter buy, but monesy had a deagle and he got 2 key kills as part of that B split. Now, look, all we do is seem to talk about Niko here. I need to see somebody else as an opener for the team, and you would look towards the primary AWPer to do so, right? So as monesy slowly becomes more and more comfortable in this squad, he's going to be a key factor in giving them more opportunities on the T side.
Well, Art loves to get a good opening, and he has done exactly that. monesy down. He's involved in an opening.
Yeah, not on the right end of it, though. That is a big problem now.
And now G2 start to send a couple of players down through underpass. It's slow, it's tentative. Trying to find out if they have mid control. Furia have actually let them have it, so G2 will confirm that in just a moment. Art about to dunk an air right down on jackz.
Decent damage.
Yeah, a little bit off the top. Puts him within instant headshot radius to the M4s. It's taking the time here, G2, getting that mid-control. Looking like they're starting to think about a B hit here. Safe will be under a bit of pressure.
He's on his own, isn't he?
Yeah. He would have to deal with Niko. I'm assuming he's going to come into play once his short pro into the approaches come through, because he's smoked off right now. So Safe has a window, a chance to try and fight down his short, but he drops out of his position. Luckily, Art, through the smoke, pulls at least 1 kill back. And it is Furia that stay up in the player advantage.
Well, guess what? Yuri is going around the world again here. He's currently in T-spawn. He'll be flanking in about 10 seconds' time. Kits are in play. Util is there. This retake is definitely on.
Yuri always finding himself in pesky positions, but that means Furia will start to take their time into this. They're wanting to let him get into a position where he's able to deliver some impact. Finally, Art gets itchy feet and decides to move forward, but Hunter and Niko, the cousins, bring him down. And now Drop trying his best to get in. It's good damage under the second. And now Yuri's been spotted as well, and the time is ticking on. He'll try and draw back, but niko decides no mercy, as it is 3-3.
That's left a bad taste in my mouth a bit there. If you have a player coming in a flank like that, they had kits, they had utility, they just needed a posture and maybe throw out some util to at least draw the attention. They went so early.
Yeah, they went very early into that.
Yuri wasn't in a... Like, if Yuri starts running, he's going to give away his steps. The flank is thrown away. I understand you want to draw the eyes to open up the avenue, but...
It was way too early. It felt a little preemptive from Art just to try and move out, because you want to try and get that player in apartments to trade you as well, right?
Precisely. He's the unknown entity in all of that, but here we go. Double orb, Safe and Art equipped.
Not much utility at all here, really.
No, and the double orbs can make up for that. They can stay a little bit more forward in their stance until they are flashed or smoked off the line. Now, you can see Art in the vent room. Quesarado floating window. Safe just continues to move around here. And a stalled out approach from G2. You can understand against a team like FURIA why you would want to handle things a little bit slower and more methodical, because their crazy aggressive maneuvers are something you can't be caught off guard by.
Well, G2 are getting this mid-control. Problem is, if they walk any closer to some of these choke points, Art's AWP is holding this short peek. He's just about to get that shot. It's monesy again out of the round early, and Art looking for the second. Now he's under so much pressure. niko hunts him down. Art hopped to ladder, and now jackz swings out to the B side. G2 with some important kills here. Quesarado trying to swoop back in for FURIA to at least keep the numbers even, but he can't do it. He had a shot, but didn't quite capture it.
Bomb's going down. Hunter's in a position to deny any saves here. He's currently still in connector. Yuri's still watching his position for over towards Ticket, and that's the key right here, is Hunter. He can remove all of these guns.
They're saving this.
But look at this. He's still so close, right? It's starting to peer out now. Yuri goes down, and they can't get away. They're going to be stuck over towards CT spawn.
This could be a nightmare for FURIA. Not only do they not really contest the round, they might not have the weapons to do so in the next. Hunter, that was his chance to bring down the AWP, but his teammate's now gone and safe. They know where he is. It's worthwhile, G2, hunting this and just removing everything. They're close, but they're not really forcing the issue too much. Alexi B is taking his time, still moving forward.
Should start running now with the sound of the bomb, but it is against an AWP, so he's a little bit scared. Blind spam around the corner, not going to get the kill.
Luckily, he hangs on to it. That is at least something here for FURIA.
Precisely something, right? You have a little bit of a look here at the money situation. It's around the 2K mark for everybody, so it's just going to be the big green carried on through. I think Hunter knew he did a lot of damage right there, just asking what the HP was of Safe. And I love the tricky little movement there of Art. If he hit that one, like bouncing off the ladder, I think that niko might have put a hole through his monitor.
Yeah, we did a massive tech pause right there. But at least they get that over. Gary trying to figure out all the answers now, looking through the book. What can we do?
It's also good for a coach, right, to just jot down where the kills came in, you know, where you think the loss bonus is at. Here's the Zeus option again. Let's see, niko. Do you want to push past the magic line drawn in the sand? I'd say if anybody's going to be reserved in a scenario like this not to give away an AK, it'll be niko, right? He understands his position in all of this. They just do the standard feeling out again over towards the B apartments. They make sure that Hunter can have clear passage in through the underpass. Alexi and monesy back through T-spawn. Utility limped on out now to help push him up forward. But here's Safe's AWP, and they now know where it is.
That's a lot of info for G2 to work with. niko, again, if he walks around this corner at Palace, there is a pesky little Art waiting for him. You ever watch the show Art Attack?
I did, yes. Yes, indeed.
This could be an Art Attack. Zeus is just waiting, primed and ready now. Spot it goes, and the damage is there, but not enough for the kill. And now Yuri springs into action with an Eagle, now an AK in hand.
Okay, this is interesting now. AWP and AK to defend on A.
G2 taking the time, getting to the site. They're getting peppered through the smoke. jackz decides better not to be in that position. Drops back elsewhere. And now drop removed. niko just very safe up to the Palace area here. And it's an AK and an AWP. Not bad here for FURIA to take into the next.
That's key, right? The fact that 2,400 is the loss bonus into the next, they were going to be a little bit light on as far as some purchases. Safe doesn't want to give that away. It means that he wouldn't have it in the next round of play. So you can understand the decision-making here, but that's going to allow G2 to get their 5th round on the board. And shaky in patches still. You know, I think this G2 team is still doing some convincing. They are going to have another match today to do even more of that, if they are able to convert here in a 2-0 fashion.
Yeah. Difference is now niko starting to have some impact to that Fnatic game we got to cast, Chad. He was a non-factor really against Fnatic. And if he can have some impact on the T side, he can actually find some space, he's able to work out at Palace, that becomes a different G2. And Hunter also had a unusual game. He went 8-22 against Fnatic on Mirage the last time.
Oh dear, okay. Well, I don't think that's going to be happening again.
Doesn't feel like that's a likely outcome.
You're speaking of Fnatic here, we do have a FURIA timeout. Just quick little B-stream update. B-stream update. Astralis versus Fnatic. If you don't want to hear this one, close your ears. First map went in the favor of Astralis on Inferno, but that was after an 8-1 start for Fnatic out the gates. Now, map number 2 is currently underway, and Fnatic are off to another blistering hot little race to the finish line, 9-1. Now, if they drop another map after being up so much, you might have to start doing some Fnatic choking memes.
Yeah, we might have to send them to therapy after that, I think. That is, that could be a real disaster, but we'll see if they can close it out, keep that series going. But here, G2, they're looking to be G2-0 and take it down FURIA as they head on to Mirage. And here comes another gun round. FURIA have been able to get a good purchase around this.
Yeah, that AK and the saved AWP adding a lot to this defense. Now, Safe's in towards the underpass here with the AWP. monesy, he's patrolling with one of his own. Safe will have to get out of this position. They will need to give the assist. monesy mollied, has to use the smoke. And, well, I think Safe is in a bit of a pickle here.
Well, that is great from Safe. This is what FURIA love to do. Some underpass aggression thrown into the mix. Safe and aren't able to come away with 2. And G2, well, they're handed a very difficult round immediately here. They have to figure out how do you play this in a 3v5.
That's gone the complete other way than what I was assuming, right? You have monesy top mid, he did the extinguish, but Art just being pesky as you like. It is towards jackz, who could find himself in the action very, very soon. Pushed up on the precipice of a B-Apps pop. Alexi and niko working on some mid control. And jackz might actually have to go lingering in for a headshot here.
Wow.
He went lingering in, but he received the headshot.
Yes, he definitely got a headshot involved in the mix there. But I think this one might just be a write-off for G2 unless something magic happens.
Thank you, Art.
That's a nice free kill. Sometimes Art can do that and provide the option. And a second kill for Alexi B. And now suddenly this round kicks into action for G2. Yuri positioned at Tetris. Alexi B will be aware of Yuri's positioning, usually around the palace. He will start to clear out this close position. 30 seconds left on this clock. Oh, Alexi B nearly takes down 3, but it's all on niko. AWP bomb position towards his B side. If he takes down drop, there's no one else there.
I think he thinks drop's still over towards the apartments, so he doesn't want to try going the close angle, and that's just going to run him into 2 here. Kserado going to swing on out, and he'll finish off the round. Yeah, look, I think that where niko was positioned, if he knew that drop was Van, when that transition happened, he could have had the kill. It's just a little bit unfortunate, didn't predict correctly. 2 AWPs carried across for FURIA here to bring into round number 10.
For me, there was art play, this one here right on the screen right now. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? You're up 5-3, your economy isn't that well built up. You don't have to take the risk, and you shouldn't really take the risk.
Yeah, but it's art, you know? Well, look, I wish I could sit here and explain it away, but that's the thing. There's just some plays you physically can't explain it away. You just need to sit in awe, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, Art, he's got the AWP back anyway. niko very quick this time into ladder room. Another try and go Palace, but Yuri in his favorite spot. Oh, he's able to get away with 2. That is a huge start. That's a bone-shaking 2K to start off this round. And once again, G2 back to a 3v5.
Yeah, these openings that they're looking for here are not working at all. niko's next. He has a chance to draw things back. Art is low, but still hits the shot. And now it's a 2-on-5. Things go from bad to worse.
Yeah, G2 have really fallen flat in recent rounds here. Alexi B getting caught. This is a round that G2 might not even get a single kill in. monesy's towards top middle to try and change that fact, but even then, how much can he really get here?
Yeah, you think about that call that was just made. If we can just kind of dissect and understand it, he's wanting 2 players to walk. This has to be on Alexi, right? I assume. I don't think anybody else is making this decision. Is to walk out of Palace because they've gone for mid control, right? Like they've gone for mid control. Hopefully that draws the eyes of 3 players. That's traditionally what you'd expect to happen. niko ran all the way out without any worry at all. And then you expect that to be a gap, right? There should be, but Yuri, as you mentioned, it's a position he likes to play. So they just walk straight into their death. Not going to be able to exploit any contact plays here. Look how early this is. A minute 39. I can almost guarantee the call is contact that apps, will fake mid.
Yeah, but was there enough done in mid to really draw anything away?
No, because niko got through into the vent room without any contact whatsoever, right? I think there was the AWP shot from Art seeing him run on up, but that was it. So if there was a kill, if there was a bit more impact found, then maybe, just maybe, they could have made it work.
Oh, this round, I don't think they're going to make much work in this one. Maybe the legs, as they start to churn their way towards the A site. It is Safe, who might just have a shooting gallery here. Art helps him out. Now just niko, monesy, and Alexi B. Yuri goes A little bit more aggressive and proactive to try and gather info on the fallback. Good dink onto safe, but he still will stand. And at this point, Yuri, he's just lost monesy. And that's the Glock from behind. It's a death sentence to the AK.
Watch this 1-on-5. This is the kid's going to show what he's really got right now. No armor, AK picked up, first kill with a Glock.
Yeah, here we go, monesy. He tried.
But I'm actually casting Katowice 2023 right now.
Okay.
I've returned from the future, Dinko. This year, we actually invent time travel. So I don't know if you've been keeping up with the time travel discussion, but it's actually Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. They're currently working on that together.
So that's what all the microchips are for?
Well, right now, they're pretending they're going to space.
Okay,
they're not actually going to space.
Having little visits.
It's the time-space continuum.
So there's space somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I would love that. That would be awesome. What would you do if you could go back in time, Chad?
Oh, play the Titan game over and over again, I guess.
Just forever.
Yeah, just play it on repeat.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
See if I could drop 30 instead of just 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a casual little 27.
Look, I only had one good game of Counter-Strike, guys. Let me have that. All right, well, handled here and timeout called.
Was Maniac playing in that game?
He was.
Just rub it in some more, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, Alexi B into a Mac 10, and his current spawn is towards mid, so he can either go fast B, he can jump through the top mid cat smoke. Okay, looks like B will be his decision here. These are very direct rounds, the last few that Alexi's called. It's an out-of-spawn call, right? They're not default heavy. Hunter has mid control, and they are setting up for a BXQ. Art's here to deal with this.
Oh, Art is certainly going to try and deal with it. Gets aggressive. Hangs around, now has to run back, and Alexi B, he's launched off, he's trying to find him, but Art still reacts in time to get the pick. Luckily, jackz is quick to hunt him down.
Full rotation here.
Yeah, FURIA have the numbers here, and while G2 haven't got out of the apartments, this could be stifled very quickly, and in fact, G2 could decorate the halls with their corpses. This could get messy. Molly's up as well, Utility's gonna slow this one down completely. G2 in a rough spot.
Yeah, maybe get on out of here. Nade comes on through. Now it's just niko and Hunter, the Kovac cousins, to clutch up 2v4.
Oh god, it's now just niko. Oh, nice tap on the first. Spots out Casterado, and suddenly niko thrust into the 1v2. Felt like he had that one. Chad starting to believe, but safe will remove him before any antics begin.
You're not going to win many T rounds if that's how they start off. We're looking at 4 consecutive rounds right now, one of which was niko. The rest have had rifles, and every single time G2 have just been stalled out before they didn't even get started. So some real dramas here as far as the opening kills go. And look, because they're so direct, it's like you're hoping to play against a stack, right? You're hoping to find the opening and then cascade the rest. If it doesn't go their way, they're really up a creek without a paddle.
It feels like FURIA have a GPS tracker on their boat right now because they're able to just convincingly rotate because G2 haven't really conditioned him to do elsewhere, you know? This feels like a very easy call game for Art right now.
It's going quite well for them here, and even in some of the few rounds we did see them attempt a default spread, they lost the opening picks without a trade back. Consolation there for jackz, Alexi B and jackz the remaining 2 in another disadvantaged situation. All right.
Bomb is nowhere near Alexi right now, but it has drawn the players towards him.
Wifty smoke there, could have got across for free.
He's got his AWP out. Now he's waiting for drop to overextend. jackz not really in a position to do much here. And I don't know if Casterado just seen the bomb, but if he did, he can just lock that down now.
Yeah, drop should not move right here, right now.
Alexi B about to walk into him, spots him out, missed shot, and that's the death sentence for Alexi B. Just jackz now. And it's a good kill. 2 more to find. Has to go back and get the bomb, but still has time.
If he goes through underpass, maybe he can isolate a one-on-one, but in this situation, you can see Casterado about to lurk out top mid. There it is. jackz goes down, and 8 rounds now for FURIA. This is a fantastic streak. In these last 5, the bomb has not gone down at all, right? Some of them got a little bit close, sure, some 2-on-2s. niko tried to turn a 1-on-4 into a winnable round right there, but the round's already done, right? They're just losing kills on the way out the door. So this is very convincing stuff from FURIA now. Plants need to start coming through if you are G2, if you want to make the last couple of rounds at least, well, as efficient as possible, right?
Yeah, at this point, FURIA have just been dominating the opening fights. See how they change it up. They're setting monesy up to try and crack open the round. niko charging his way up short, has been here time and time again. This time finally gets a fight, and he wins it. So he'll be down to 10 HP, a second on Art through the smoke. That's great from niko. Now G2 have the 2-man advantage.
Yeah, niko's had enough here, hasn't he? Oh, don't worry, boys, I'll go. niko kills real. That's the third for niko now. Literally just taking over a round single-handedly. Sure, his teammates threw some mid-utility, but he's had to pull all of these kills. 2 more to find.
And that's the power of niko. Just spurring them into a round win. So these players separated from each other as well. Drop is looking towards connector, but G2 are sending their players through the apartments.
Drop should have this onto niko, but it's going to be a 2-on-4.
And niko's work done in this round. Drop immediately swings into his cousin who finds revenge. And now it's just safe.
The thing with that play, again, is it's literally just niko running mid. I understand utility's been thrown for him, but he's not trading off a teammate, right? He's manufacturing all of those openings almost single-handedly. Just with the pace alone, his aim, the one through the smoke was brilliant, the alt pickup. He's also taken over a central part of the map. By having window, he's ruined the rotations to try and do anything. Now it's going to be 8-6, so thank you very much, niko. But how many times can you ask of him to do that? It doesn't feel like something you can replicate time and time again.
Absolutely not. Well, maybe with niko, but yeah, surely not. Not every round. But at least there's only one more in play here. In the rest of the half, G2 would love to grab 7. That's how it went last time on Nuke.
Yeah, precisely. So, look, 6 is already pretty good for a T-hole. 7's going to be brilliant. It was looking pretty bleak up until this point, so good stuff to turn this one on its head. Both teams with a decent-looking buy here. The only omission is Yuri with a FAMAS. The rest have their rifles of choice. The kits are out. The utils there. The double AWPs back in play for one more time.
monesy. It's being set up again to try and get an opening. Unfortunately for monesy, no one's really come into his crosshair at any point. No one's tried to challenge any of the positions he's been set up for. They will nade down Alexi B. And safe, holding for the underpass peak of G2.
Very mid-centric hold here from FURIA. Look how many bodies on the radar are close to this.
Yeah, this could be a guillotine right now for G2. They have to try and break through it. Smoke goes into top con. Molly forces it back to methodical play to take connector control. Just using that utility to limit some of the possible casualties. And remove some of the risk. You can see an update in the B stream. 12-3 half for Fnatic. Astralis lead the series 1-0 on maps though. Good kill from Art. monesy out of the round early. And that is going to give FURIA a big advantage. Hunter decides to snatch it back as we go under 50 seconds. Bomb still positioned towards top middle. niko position in ramp.
Oh, is it on niko again here? Because they're stalled out in mid right now. They need to scoop up the bomb. As you mentioned, the time's starting to become a little bit of an issue. If they want to go for an A split, it will be into 3 players. Drops the solo member on the B site. If they knew what we knew, maybe they'd try and pressure the youngster, but they're going to walk straight into Safe's AWP.
And Safe is going to love this. Easy kills for him. Spotted out niko on the ramp as well. Kesarado, he's down to help out from jungle. Finally, Alexi B takes him down, and it's Yuri from the site with 2. Just niko, he can't do much about that. And FURIA will take a 9-6 half. We're taking a short break, but when we come back, we'll see if FURIA can force us to a 3rd, or will G2 step 1 step closer to the spot egg.
One more on me, Alan. Beautiful.
One, two, guys. Yeah, at radio, I think you can probably find a fight, bro. One guy in the red house you just went over.
Yeah, up at the motel. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I don't
Anywhere
think
exactly, like in the ground.
It was towards the back of motel. What about him?
Oh.
I'm backing up. I have no buffs to back.
That was sick. Find it.
Got it. So. the one bullet in the UMP. I don't know if that's worth it or not.
You all just caught a glimpse of the spot egg being set up for the next coming days, and that is what our teams are all battling for. Only 2 spots left. Today we find out who those two teams are going to be. G2 looking to take one step closer if they win Mirage. They're into their final matchup. But for Furia, it's about staying alive here as they battle back on Mirage, leading the way 9-6 as they head to their T-side affair.
Yeah, Inferno if we need it here in Furia. They had a pretty good first half, all things considered. Now they're onto the attack. Let's see what they can offer on their T-side. 1x bet odds, well, they've come back over a little bit. Slight convincing done by the Brazilians. Art with some more impact.
Looking like an A-split call here for Furia. 2 going through the underpass, 3 through ramp. Utility being set up with a smoke and a flash over the top to let kxgo loose. Looking to take some range with this P250. Has spotted jackz just jump on by. At least that position known, but niko still the secret weapon, still the player on called for in this pistol. And he's going to hide behind triple. Art up in the window is taken down in monesy, and now niko swings with nothing. That is unorthodox. You don't see that every day. And jackz having to back off. Still the 3v3.
They can take their time on this. They could even scoop up the bomb. Drop is in a key position over towards jungle and window. Yuri can rotate back through spawn. kxgo doesn't have to commit into the site with the bomb, but he is.
He's watching his teammates flank. lexib watches from short, and they go to plant, and he gets away with a second. That is ridiculous from lexib.
How has he gotten away with that?
Oh, a little bit of luck maybe playing into that one, but still looks great. And now it's on Yuri. P250 for a bit of style of his own. Tapping up towards short. Can't quite find lexib, and now it's G2 just playing containment. Knowing that as soon as he taps the bomb, they can try and pull some info. Know that he's not on it anymore.
Yeah, being reserved about this. Nice stuff from G2. Playing the fundamentals here. Not giving Yuri anything at all.
Let's try and tap again. Just really trying to get away with this, but finally lexib swings. He's down to it, and lexib will secure 3 in a pistol. Great stuff from him, and G2 have the pistol round in the second half.
Yeah, and there's Xtaz trying to fire up the boys, understanding what's on the line here. As we've mentioned earlier, we've said it time and time again, this is a whole nother game for these guys today. So conserving energy, giving you as much downtime to prep for your final match of the day is going to be important, because over there, looks like it might go 3. Fnatic versus Astralis on map number 2, currently 14-3 in favor of the Swinglish. That's the Swedish-English mix of Fnatic at the moment. Looking like a B rush here.
Yeah, Furia got flashes, so they're going to try and get a bomb plant out of this.
They won a round like this on Nuke, remember?
They did.
Let's see if they can do it again.
Tried to erase that, but it did happen. And here they come, out the window, out to the B side. Hunter does well with the first, trying to track his opponents here. lexib finally will be able to get away with 2 kills and cleans it up again for 3 as 8 rounds now read for G2.
Okay, well, they've handled the must win. Now this is where we get into the business stage. The first rifle round here for Furia. They won't be able to get an AWP out prioritized into Safe's hands, but the same to be said for G2. They're just going to be operating here with rifles. So, let's see what kind of crazy approach Art has in mind for us here. They do love speed demoning straight up middle, up the cat into the window room, but doesn't appear to be the preference early. kxgo top mid, 3 over towards A, drop dealing with any B pushes. kxgo selling a bit of a mid fake here. niko's going to call this one clear. It is jackz to be tested on the A site, currently at ticker. Art creeping up the ramp. He's going to come through the smoke, and I think he may have just missed jackz on the jump.
niko walks right into kxgo. And so he lights the trap. niko
jackz spotted him there.
Walks
he knows
into
it's going to be
it.
sandwich.
And jackz is going to try and pull this kill on Art. Forces him wide with a molly, but can't take the kill. That's the FAMAS really working against him, that.
Yeah, but this is the question. Do they just want to try and finish A? They have so many nades. They could actually set up for a full set piece here. Smokes towards jungle, the stairs, everything they want and more. Ooh, missed smoke.
Okay. Now lexib's given a chance. peeks up for one, and they're kind of just disjointed here, Furia.
Pushing in, he's got the bomb.
Oh no, Alexi B. He might be able to try and isolate these fights into 1v1s. Has against
Drop needs to get out. He has.
Ramp, and luckily Drop gets out of dodge.
Wow, so committed there. Now they can drop all the way back. Take a look at Hunter's position here. Still residing on the catwalk, so if they do decide to finish on towards the B site, Hunter hasn't left just yet. Saw kxgo top mid, flashes him back. monesy's going to pick off of this, and the quick shot not going to land, but an idea that they are backpedaling could start to grow.
Hunter has pushed towards short side.
Perfectly timed smoke as well here. Are they going to disrespect this? Art is the type of player just to creepy crawl the other way through, but it is risky now on low HP.
It's Art. What's a smoke to Art? It's absolutely nothing. They go right through it. Hunter, again, has an itchy available, but
ahead of the
no
smoke,
info.
though.
They've come through the smoke, and Hunter might just get wrapped around, but turns! Oh! How does Drop get away with that? And now monesy looking down to the site. Drop is so low, one bullet from death. And monesy needs a kill here. He needs to find one. He's finally got it. It's Art that hits the deck. Now we've got to keep eyes on Alexi B's position. He's just behind monesy here in this spot.
And they're going to try and save him.
I don't think there's much of an opportunity to get through when you're trying to get through that close choke point of the market area. You have to drop back and see if these weapons.
Yeah, try and get monesy into an upgrade. See if you can go find him something elsewhere. The scout, look, he can retain it, but you'd love to pick a rifle up, maybe even a FAMAS, right? I'm sure that jackz, he would have loved an M4 that round, but a FAMAS upgrade from the scout, see what monesy can buy into the next. He's going to have plenty of cash. But it all comes down to Art disrespecting Hunter's smoke. You can see that he wasn't ready for it. The smoke, we all know it doesn't operate as a wall, but traditionally late round like that, you feel that maybe, just maybe, they would have respected its presence. It's going to be the first round here for Furia within this second half of play, and they'll be the first to reach double digits. Now we've got a game on our hands, and look, Art had a lot of impact on Nuke. He's doing it again here. 17 kills for him right now, most in the server. Everybody on Furia in the double digits too, and that kill from Drop, yeah.
It's kind of unreasonable, isn't it?
What can you say about that one?
I mean, Hunter really should have at least got one. You see the disbelief on his face of how he didn't step up there, but Furia, 10 rounds now on the board, G2. It'll be P from monesy. And they're going to try and set up Alexi B for this boost in the short. Yuri not ready. And that's a great opening for G2. Alexi B looking for the follow-up as well, but has decided it's time to drop back into con.
Art's pressing the issue here.
Yeah, he doesn't really let you breathe for too long here, Art. jackz mollied, forced into the fight, and he will burn in the fire. Art tries to get a follow-up for Furia, but Hunter, proactive, gets the kill back, and now kxgo's turn to strike. He's got 1 and 2. Alexi B, the second victim to the rifle.
Might just be a case of a save here again right now, unless monesy can find something with the AWP. Currently perched up on catwalk, starting to swing on out and clear mid with Hunter, but kxgo moves further forward, and this is looking like his round. Hunter's going to get caught off guard by this. AK steps out, and kxgo's done it all. Just young monesy now with that AWP.
Big clutch needed from monesy. First shot is so quick onto kxgo.
Has a kit, has a smoke. This is the type of round he could go for.
He needs another pick. That info, give it away. He knows the position of Drop. He'll go to the stairs. Thinks about the CT setup. Thinks about the remaining positions. monesy trying to get close. How does he approach this one? How does he turn it into 1v1s? Scope gives away his spot, trying to pull Drop into the fight. Drop hasn't gone for it. Finally will. And monesy not quick enough. Well, not accurate enough. Certainly was quick, but 11 rounds now for Furia.
Looking good now. Looking very good now for Furia here. That AWP brought over. That was G2's response with a gun round. You saw it wasn't the best of buys, but a buy nonetheless. And now they're going to find themselves in a world of hurt. jackz getting burnt out of position. 2 unfortunate deaths for him, 2 rounds in a row. And kxgo, he did it all. If they lost that one after kxgo completely cleaned house, put over towards the A site, 3 massive kills, Furia might have been face-palming a little bit, but now they can thank their lucky stars. 12, very likely here. Flashes over mid. monesy going to push on through. Has the cavalry of jackz and niko following. Here comes the pressure, but here's kxgo standing tall, top mid. The best and easiest kills of his life as he spams on through. Maybe not the best, maybe the easiest. Best, I've seen some classic kxgo highlights. $20 kills for kxgo now, so just 2 rounds, and he's found himself overtaking Art on the leaderboard.
I think he's trying. He's seen his card, right? That he wants to get those stats up. He wants to get those ratings up a bit. 95
overall, mate.
It's not bad.
You got to be happy with 95. Yeah. So
a couple of the individual stats.
Sure.
I'm a little disappointed in those. That's the kind of mentality these players have: is strive for perfection, strive for as much as you can get out of it.
They're converging on Hunter right now.
Yeah, poor Hunter.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. You're not going to be long for this world.
Put him out of his misery. Get him a good gun. And that's coming up in this round. G2 Got about 4.3k average here, so...
Just having a little bit of a look here. Inferno is the third. Is this the exact same map pool again? So we've had it happen 3 times in a row here for G2. They get to go into...
Mirage.
Yeah. So against Fnatic, it went Nuke, Mirage, Inferno, and that was the series they lost. So...
16-7 the last time, so they've improved at least by 1, but we'll see if they can get any more out of this. They are back to the buy. It is going to be 5 M4s, and again, the only kid in play is on the back of niko, so keep an eye on that. FURIA very quick to take the mid control. Monesy's in the connector. It's an important position here. A lot of responsibility put on his shoulders, and nearly doesn't have much else on his shoulders. His head nearly taken off, and Art will hunt him down, punishing monesy in the connector.
Great stuff there from Art, continuing to lead by example here for this FURIA roster, and now it is niko to try and defend the A site with the support of jackz over towards hetket. Smokes will fade momentarily, and the fight will be on.
niko dropping back into the firebox. Flash is going to go around, allowing them the exit through connector, but Alexi B through the smoke will not make it easy for them. They will not journey to the site unscathed. And again, jackz and niko here, but niko's barrel spotted, and niko climbs over the top, and that's going to be one for him, but that's all she wrote. Now jackz with much more pressure on his shoulders. He's lost his sharpest teammate inside of the site.
Bomb should go down here.
Yeah, Yuri's taking a bit more of a risk, jumping up on top of the triple, but because of the different position, the off angle, jackz wasn't ready for it. Now Hunter's turn to try and claim some of these kills back, but G2 not really getting much going here. Just Alexi B, and that's going to be 13 for FURIA.
Beautiful stuff handled there, and Art with the opening kill into connector. You can see monesy, right? He gets mollied out of position, he gets spammed on through, gooshed, and then Art, bloodlust, chases him down, opens up the account, and from there, the dominoes continue to fall for G2, who are up against the ropes at this. Only 2,900 into the next round of play. This is not where you want to find yourself if you are G2. One of the teams that had a lot of eyes on them coming into this tournament. Through off the offseason, have made some big changes. In-game leader out, Alexi B coming on in. Amanek was replaced with young buck monesy, who at the moment sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard with only 9 kills. Having a rough go of things, old monesy here. His CT impact with an AWP could be a difference maker, but they're running out of rounds to do so. Art has been an absolute menace here. I just want to point out his opening exchanges. He's been involved in 9 opening exchanges throughout this map so far. He has converted 7. 7 opening kills for Art, and that's exactly what you want from this player. He finds impact. He opens up the round for his team to convert. Jackz has opportunity to get on the mic. Not too many more of these are going to be offered on up. It's going to have to just be some pistol upgrades around this one saved M4. But when you're in a scenario like this, you want to set this M4 up. Alexi needs to put himself in a position to find impact, because next round they'll be able to buy regardless. So where's Alexi spawned for? It's towards the back of the pack. It's not like there's anything exciting. He can't necessarily jump out window here. He can't push into palace quite quickly. Where is he going to operate with this saved rifle? Through the window room he goes. He will jump out, okay. So they're trying to operate with the boost here.
All right, they've done this a few times. It has gained them a kill the last time they did it, but they've not seen anything early, so can't commit to it too heavily.
Oh
and as they try and dismount and come back into more recessive positions, they get punished.
That was the gap that K-Stride looked like it was peering on through there. Just squeaks on out, grabs the kill, but there's another. They're starting to whir on up.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any player to dissuade you from heading into that B side, it will be the deagle of niko. Holding him back. FURIA still down a player, throwing the AK out of the map, just to make sure G2 can't get their hands on that.
Oh, B-Stream update. That one's going to 3. Final map will be Ancient over there between Astralis and Fnatic.
Yeah, it looks like R1 might be going to 3 as well here, Chad. FURIA looking very good. I mean, in this scenario, yes, they are down a player, but they still have the better weapons. They still have a bit of utility left.
Yeah, they have a lot of time too, and Art's actually applying some pressure over towards B. If Hunter goes down without a fight, Art might signal that B is clear, or alternatively, it'll just draw the rotation from these final few defenders.
Art loves to do that. Safe now, swinging out towards ramp. jackz, bit of an off angle here. Safe can't see him, and jackz can't capitalize. Now they try and get out. It's Arthur swings into the B site, and now the bomb being held back. 30 seconds left. Hunter with a CZ elsewhere is again taking that Art player down. So it is just down to Safe and Yuri. And they're trying to move their way forward. Safe peering to the bottom of the stairs. niko, oh, just about dodges the scope, and now he goes back to it. niko taken down, and Safe has to commit to the bomb plant. He will do so. Yuri, his bodyguard, makes sure he stays up, and Alexi B had the shot, had the chance, but Safe able to recover.
Oh, not going to get too many more opportunities like that. That was so close considering the buy that they come on in with. Safe. Clutch moment there with those kills. Essential to get the 14th on the board, and now touching distance from that third map of play. niko with a banger there onto drop. jackz trying to play that off angle as you mentioned, but Safe with these kills. Look how good they are right up close to personal with about 13 seconds left and able to finish off Alexi.
Oh, it's how he goes back to get niko.
Ooh, double orbs brought out here on the CT side. This is interesting. Alexi into the secondary. Good movement from him to jump on up with ease. Alexi and monesy with the big greens.
Alexi's leading the charge right now in the kill count for G2, and they've lost Hunter. They've got to play this round. A man down already. And if they lose this, it's 15 for FURIA. jackz taking the risk, pushing through the ramp, trying to get some control back.
He's on his own, though. If he goes down here, you're going to see toes spotted Yuri.
jackz just positioned himself in the ramp. He's taking this position up, letting them walk into him. He's going to try and use that shadow advantage. Art faking out this B site with some utility, and jackz, good for one.
It's another.
Bomb loose, but needed more. And jackz is only good for one. Good trade out from Yuri.
It's 2 orbs to try and retake this ace site.
Yeah, niko playing back from CT. He needs a lot of work done here. He's been forced back away from his position with that molly as well. FURIA looking good. monesy, we need some impact out of him. This AWP goes for the flick up to Palace, unable to land it. And now to the site they go. kxgo looks to punch in these digits, and that'll surely happen. Again, this double up retake not looking likely here, Chad.
If they go for it, this is basically map number 2 done and dusted, and niko wants to give it a crack. They do have the kit, but that's on Alexi, who has to come through connector. One spotted towards Sandwich.
Damage done, but no kill.
They have to save. You just can't justify this. The fact that they even went for it in this type of scenario, it didn't look likely anyway, but things are desperate now. Things are very, very desperate at this juncture. Art trying to rip this away. Alexi should be hearing the steps. Oh, he's very fortunate that Art's gone looking the wrong way here. Alexi might be able to hold on to this AWP after all.
But even then, Chad, we are looking at 15-8 right now.
Yeah, if they stay alive, max loss bonus, they can drop 2 M4s, right? At least this round can have 2 orbs and 2 M4s, and then one of the other players on G2 can go M4 with armor or maybe an MP9 with util. There's still options as far as the buy goes, but this is looking fantastic. This is a map where the scoreline currently reads 15-8, and G2 have won both pistols with conversions. That's not good at all.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it has really just been a one-team show throughout Mirage, and G2 keep picking into this.
Yeah, that's 50% of their rounds from pistols and conversions. That's rough as far as the gun round statistics go.
monesy yet to break double figures. He's had the AWP in his hands quite a few times as well. Safe nearly brings down Alexi B. He was a pixel away from finding that one.
Lots of mid-space here for Art, just crawling on down with kxgo. This is the time for monesy to find some impact here.
Yet to really get involved.
This is meant to be his home map, you know?
Oh, it really should be. Hunter. He's got to deal with a boost up in the window. He's going to spot it. Art will not be brought down, though. Hunter unable to deal with it, and now goes up to the ladder room. He's going to peer down onto Art. It's a quick reaction, but Art has got himself deep in this corner. Hunter, does he expect Art to be right here? He's not going beyond the angle, so won't be able to spot out Art, and kxgo will drop both down. jackz in the ramp. If he's good for one here, this would put G2 in a very, very comfortable spot, but Safe is quick to it. Luckily, Hunter methodical in removing Art out of the window. And it puts Safe and Yuri into a very difficult round. They're completely split up now as well. Polar opposite sides of the map.
Ooh.
With niko's kill, it is just Yuri.
Alexi dropping to a more passive angle here. Does not have a support network right now. So if Yuri hits this shot, he can get into the site and set himself up for what would be quite the miraculous 1-on-4. Alexi's ult rings true. Yuri goes down, and well, they keep themselves alive for another round of play here. But there's so much cash to splash over there for FURIA. A buy's not going to be a problem for some time. It might not be a problem at all. Need to retain the double AWPs. Seem to think that's the key difference maker here, but it's never too late for monesy to step up and take over the game, right? We understand that he is still a young gun. But we know his impact on this map, right? Everyone's watched his streams. Everybody's seen where he's done his best work.
Yeah, but we haven't really seen monesy take over a game yet.
That's true. That is very true. Looking like a B-heavy play right now. They're trying to run down this double up setup.
Well, Lexi B, let's see if he can handle this pressure. Hunter at the ready alongside of him. They've done a good job at delaying with this utility. That allows Hunter to reposition underneath the window and niko to push through underpass to get the flank going. Monesy's hit the first. Alexi B playing close inside of these smokes of the AWP. Hunter has been removed, so Alexi B needs it. And the no-scope is good. Now he switches to the AK, and that flank from niko gets his reward. 2 players pinned in the side, and Alexi B mauls them. 10 rounds for G2. Maybe, just maybe, this one's still alive.
Well, getting some Alexi B impact here, right? Actually getting him stepping up on this CT side, and it all started in this second half with the pistol round where he had 3 kills. Remember the 2 blinders there as they were trying to go through connector and cross towards the site. So Alexi's here to play, and that's buying a bit of a buffer. niko now starting to whir into control. If you can get that monesy impact we're talking about here, I know it's a lot to put on this youngster here, but this game's not done just yet.
Alexi B's kind of buying time to allow his stars to show up, right? And to shine bright at this point. You can't expect Alexi B to carry it all the way through. We need this to happen.
Especially with this man on your screen right here in the server, right? All it's going to take is one art round. One round where Art is able to weasel his way in the backlines, get himself an opening pick, and that's going to throw the entire round for G2 into disarray. Another buy here. Loss bonus is starting to build on the side of things for Furia. 2,400 into the next. So if they lose this one without a plant, we might see an eco coming forward. Here we go, timeout taken, and really getting into the business end of this map. Both teams clawing on for dear life here in a survival game.
G2 would love to take this 2-0, but Furia making it so difficult for them. Setting up for A.
Last round they tried to B execute, didn't get through. This time they're trying an A execute, the util being lined on up, and that is going to pressure that of jackz over towards ticket.
Yeah, niko can be called back as well. He's currently in connector. Utility is through. It's the old new execute, Chad.
We used to call this one Titan.
Well, it's through. Let's see if they can shut it down. jackz has done well. Spread through the smoke. The older player, of course, catching off this execute, and Art jumps up with a bomb. And that's it. Down in the open. niko sprays away, gets 2 kills, and now it's just safe. He's trying to pull them back into this, but monesy denies. 11 rounds for G2. That's a gun round. B and A execute going sour for Furia. And yes, they have loss bonus, but they don't have enough for a buy here.
Yeah, you can understand the thought process behind those 2 rounds in a row. It's double orbs. All we need to do is get the site control, and then the retake is going to be so difficult here. But niko understanding the way to play against this execute. jackz also pushing on in. This is a very old play coming out here. It's many years old. So seeing it getting run again. Not going to profit this time as Furia are down towards the pistols. This would be some way to pick up round number 16 here. Deagle, CZ, 3 Glocks and some flashes is all they have. It should be G2's 12th. They'll buy themselves another round. Kserado ahead of this.
Oh, if there's ever a Furia round, this would be it. With the pistols, they charge. It's monesy luckily getting back. Alexi B doesn't go foul to the pistol, so Furia having to change that up. It's a quick reaction to go to the underpass, but niko quick to handle it.
And it will just be the bomb getting dropped underpass. Yuri to step on out from the palace position. jackz has spotted that. Does go down.
Good kill.
Yuri's in the site now, and, well, it's only going to be a matter of time here. Just one bullet needs to connect, and there it is. niko getting even more done. 3 more kills for him in a round like that. And monesy found 2. Sure, it is just against an eco round, but it still kills nonetheless. Hopefully now we can start to believe, because 3 more rounds to take us to OT here. Timeout called. This time, Furia burn another. They have 1 more to use after this, and why not? When you only need 1 more round, make the most of all of these opportunities. Loss bonus is maxed out here, so every time they get into a site, they get the bomb down, they'll be able to give themselves a buy going forward, regardless of the round loss. Mac 10 for Kserado. I just want to peer on in his spawn. So Kserado currently has the best B spawn possible for his team. If Kserado starts heading over towards B, we might be something poppy, something a bit quicker, because still this double orb setup, all it takes is a missed shot and the backup, the support network not to be there. That's all this is going to take. Other options, you could do the top mid smoke with a window smoke, jump through the top mid smoke, charge on up short, charge into connector, try and take some space very early here. Furia just need to crack through 1, and map 2 is done. Kserado over towards B, so followed by drop. The AWP is safe coming. Art to sell top mid.
It's going to be fast. You're going to try and get through. Oh, Molly goes deep. Alexi once
He is
again
on
is
his
under
own.
so much pressure. He has to drop back and try and buy some time. The short play hasn't worked out. They haven't been able to stop this one from crossing. monesy yet to deliver impact finally. Will remove drop, turns around and gets two. But now you've got to look to Alexi in the sight. He has got the rifle back of Hunter to help him out here, but Castorado, he's going to be a nuisance in this. Oh! Alexi with a no-scope. And now goes back to short, but this time will fall. It is the safe AWP, but Hunter's rifle keeps it clean. And safe in the 1v3. Slipping around, Hunter makes quick work of him. FURIA, it doesn't work again. It's 2 away from overtime here for G2. And just a few rounds ago, that saved off from Alexi really coming into play here.
Yeah, this is actually massive work from Alexi. His impact is being felt, and so is monesy's now. This is 2 huge kills. The second onto R is so important there. That stalls this out. Alexi's just been a criminal around the smokes, but they're holding the Panther at the door here. Not letting them bar John down, not letting them take this one. Buy back in. Going to be the AK coming out for Yuri here. Some upgrades around the rest to just light on. MAC-10 pistols, mid control. Lots of bodies being thrown top mid here. They're flashed off. They won't try their luck as Castorado and jackz going to have a fight over towards the ramp. Shots whiff. jackz doesn't get it done. Can get out of position here, and the rotation coming back quickly towards the A site.
Oh, FURIA sending the numbers over here. Problem is for FURIA, they haven't really even got into the site in recent rounds.
They do have 2 smokes to work with, right? They could set up the standard smoke wall to smoke off between connector, jungle, and the top of stairs, right? That could have a vision, and they could turn their attention to fight against monesy and jackz, who are currently in transition right now. jackz is up close and personal here.
He's gonna get flashed in, and no, it delivers one. Just the one, though. Some more pressure on monesy, and the flash has caught him. He's stuck behind triple, throws the smoke to try and stay alive because he needs reinforcements. He needs his teammates to come and help him out, and he's been bombarded. FURIA into the site for the first time in a while. This time, they've got the advantage. They push towards CT, Alexi under a lot of pressure. AWP's about to be overrun, and no, they're all down. It's just niko left. A monumental clutch needed. It's the first tap to the head. And niko needs another. Fake drops the pistol. FURIA not biting on this one. They want to close this. They do not want to give a single chance to niko into a clutch like this, and they won't. 16-13. FURIA bite back. And if they want to come into this third map, well, they've got a battle on their hands heading into Inferno. It's all down to this to stay alive in Katowice. FURIA and G2 will continue after this.